Hello, my sweetie pies. Melissa, Vera, and Stephanie. You girls are so early. And Melissa's Crochet with love. And Sandy. Hey, how are you? I'm so glad to see you. Let's see. You can see what a nice day it is here by me, hey? It is 18 Celsius and 64 Fahrenheit. Think like that. I can even open it a little bit more. Like that. There you go. It's a lovely sunny day outside. Little bit chilly in the shade. Well, my hands are cold. Body's warm, hands are cold. Hello, hello. Melissa's Crochet. Crochets with love says hello to Vera. Oh, my sweetie Melissa, my twinsy, my cousin ended up passing away on Saturday night. Oh, that's sad, eh? Well, my heart goes out to you, my sweetie pie. I pray that the Lord will comfort you, because now, you know, we know that they're at the better place, but it's the missing the person that's the thing. That is really sad. Oh, Lord, I'm so sorry, Twinsy. I didn't want to text you over the weekend because I know you were being spoiled with baby time. Oh, yes. Cindy or Sandy? I'm sorry, I couldn't tell. Twinsy, no worries. Yes, I was for sure. My 6-year-old came home early. She was homesick. Oh, so Melissa, you had your 6-year-old at home. Hey? Still waiting for the sun to come up. Yeah, Stephanie, don't say that. I'm getting cold just thinking about it. It is going for just 12:30 here. There you go. Stephanie says, Sandy, like the beach. Sandy. I always think, Sandy. So good to see you. And Linda Simpson. Linda, I saw your photograph on Facebook. And you looked so beautiful. Your hair, everything, and your little black thingy. And you were the tiniest one on that photograph. So I wonder how, I mean, Rick is quite taller than you are, but I mean, that son of his is way tall, and the daughter is way tall. Maybe they're my length. So Melissa says, thank you so much, Ursula. Oh, sweetie pie, I wish I could give you a hug, eh? But you know, the Lord can. Then hello, Sandy, says Stephanie. It's 6:30 a.m. there. Oh, that's early. It's so early. What's in your cup? Because in my cup is rooibos tea, you know. I look so dark on this thing. Maybe I should put, is that, I don't think that light makes a huge difference. Doesn't make a huge difference. Doesn't make a huge difference, but sometimes it feels like. Okay, Jessica, you can tell me if it makes a difference to the positive. You know, in winter, I keep my ears closed. In summer, I'll put the hair behind the ear. That's no problem. But in winter, it's like, it's freezing. My ear needs to be covered. So it is, because it is. And this room is cold. I can just say this room is cold. It's cold compared to the lounge next to it that has north-facing windows, so the sun can shine in all the time. And it sort of takes the sun, you know. You come in there and you feel, oh, what a lovely warm room. But in summer, you don't want to be there. You die of heat. Beautiful weather here today, Linda. So cheers, Linda, on that beautiful weather. So Sarah, my sweetheart, hello. Good morning, working and lurking. Thank you. And thank you for everybody who hit the thumbs up. I'm so happy and glad and grateful and thankful for it. You know, I can't thank you enough because I can't make you press the thumbs up. But if you do, that's love from you to me. Thank you so much. He's 6'4". You know, I think that might even be taller than my husband. My husband is 1.91 meters. So I wonder how many is that, if that is in foot, how many meters? 6 foot, what that would be? 6 foot something. 6'2" or 3", maybe. I don't know. Making my first cup of coffee now. Okay. Listen, this weekend, Friday, I told you guys, I had a 3-hour live, and I thought, when I started that live, I thought, how am I going to do this? Because I feel like I can't stay awake. I can't be yawning. Madam here will definitely not be yawning. I will shoot her here. So, and I stayed awake. So, and this weekend I caught up on sleep. So if I was not on any live streams, it's because I did more sleeping than crochet. Absolutely. What? I ordered some new rooibos and was thinking of you when it got here. I'd like to know how you prefer to drink it, because you can drink it black with nothing, or you can drink it with milk and sugar, or just with sugar, without milk. But wonder what is your favorite. So looks great, says Melissa. I'm having my water, taking my morning meds. I've done that already. So Sandy, I'm in good company. I'm on my 3rd cup of coffee, says Stephanie. That time of the morning. Girl, are you working your way through a pot of coffee? Morning, Sarah, says Melissa. Thumbs up. Thank you for all the the thumbs ups. Good morning, Vietnam. I just woke up to make my coffee, says Miss Shetland. So I'm so glad you're here, and I'm glad we're going to be spending some time together. So yes, I hear the little birdies singing outside, eh? I'm not always sure. I know in some of my tutorials, one can actually hear it because it's very quiet. It's dead quiet, and you hear a little birdie here and there. So Sarah is saying good morning to Linda. Good morning, Julie. Morning, 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 morning. It's early morning, Monday morning. Let's start the week together. It's early morning for most of you. Going for lunchtime for me, although I've just eaten. I made my husband some malva pudding yesterday. And now I don't know if you know what a malva pudding is, but you've heard me talk about it quite a few times. And yes, so my neighbor came for lunch, and I gave him his lunch, and I quickly sat there. On a Monday, I can only spend 10 minutes with him. Usually it's 2 to 3 hours, but on a Monday it's 10 minutes because my live is at 12:30 and he comes for lunch at 12. So I said, come a bit earlier, 10 to 12, and so I can sit a bit with you and so on. And I've asked him, I said to him, I've got some questions I want to ask my viewers. What would your answers be? So he gave interesting answers. I'll share them with you. Yeah, you got your beauty sleep in, Ashta. That's important. I tell you to a good rest. You can go without sleep, and be stressed out. Last week and the week before was way stressful. So, and then you just need to catch up on some Z's. I just add a touch of honey or sugar. Ooh, well, I mean, you don't have to like it, but I think it is an acquired taste. But here in South Africa, it is really everyone and their mother drinks rooibos tea. My son is 6'4" and was 10 pounds, 14 ounces when born. What? So he came into this world big, because some babies are born small, but then they shoot out. Well, just look out for that. Laugh out loud. Yes, the pot's almost gone. Been up since 3:30. Why in the world are you up so early? Could you not sleep? 3:30. Wow. So what time did you go to bed? Linda is saying, good morning, my sweet friends in the chat. Love and hugs. I was wondering, Linda, if you're up to attending a live stream today after the wedding and the party and it's like a lot of activity and energy. And then you come to Monday and you're like, whoo, just want to fall down. Hugs, sweet Linda, says Melissa. I still haven't made it yet. I really need to. Oh, well, don't worry. No worries, there's a lots of time. Good morning, everyone, says Sandrine. Hello, sweetie pie. Good to see you. How are you? How was your weekend? What are you planning for the week? Indigo Star, just a quick hello, as I have a meeting in about 15 minutes, and I hope it goes well, that it is a good meeting, a blessed meeting, and that all goes well in this week, in your work, because we need to pray for that. Lord, go with me and let everything be smooth, because bad things can happen quickly and things can go from bad to worse quickly. So I'm a great believer in, oh, just pray for that day that lies ahead. I usually pray the previous evening for the next day. Just let everything where we go be good, go with us, go ahead of us, make things smooth, you know, that kind of thing. That's me. So let's see. Have a beautiful day, Indigo Star. And hello, Sandrine. Morning, morning. Couldn't sleep. Story of my life for the past 6 years. I usually go to sleep by 10 at the latest. 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3. So maybe your body's had enough sleep by then. Because if you go to bed by 12 and you get up at 5, nobody would lift an eyebrow. They'd just say, oh, that's about normal. But because when you go to bed at 10 and you wake up at 3, they're like, oh, couldn't you sleep? Hey? Oh, yes, I'll be joining you in the live. I need my Ursula fix. I'm so glad to hear that. I've been missing you. I've been missing you, Linda. So, oh, Linda. Oh, and Stephanie. Oh, you did a marvelous job in assisting me and helping me, even though you had little sleep on Friday. I am so grateful. You don't know. Stephanie, you don't know. You will know when someone does the same for you one day. You will know. But it's so, I find it, I love having someone on the panel with me and someone who also shows, you know, and what they're doing, what they like doing, crochet, whatever, you know, and it's important to have that, the right one, the right kind of, the person that gels with you, you know, you speak the same language. Hello, everyone, says Jessica. She's, you can't do that too loud, otherwise you're going to come and speak here, hey? So if you want to be off screen, you must be shh. This child makes me laugh. Hi, sweet Jessica. Oh, my heart is swelling. Oh, you know, if I could hug you like this, Stephanie, I'd hug you like that, hey? And you'd probably be small like here, so you'll fit under my arm. Because most of my friends are small. Twinsy did amazing. Melissa, yes, it's your turn next. It's your turn next, hey? Stephanie, tell her it's her turn next. Just come up here, because I've seen you in other lives. No reason why you can't join me. Show us what you've been working on. And I hear my neighbor leaving out of my front door. Hello, Jessica, honey, says Melissa. And good morning, Ursula. I can't stay long because I'll be starting my school bus route soon. Woo! Enjoy. Thank you for coming by. I appreciate it. Thank you for giving me the package, the thumbs up, the comment, the subscribe. Mwah! I so appreciate it. And may everything go smooth in your bus drive. May the angels protect you so that all is good. Hey, that's what we pray for. Yes, there you go. I can't wait. I can't wait to see Twinsy on Ursula's channel. Yes, that is true. She must come up here. You know, sit next to me. Let's talk crochet. Let's talk yarn. Let's talk what you like to do. Thank you. Yes, sweetie pie. Hey, we pray that the Lord will send his angels and your route will be very good. You will be driving and all will go well. So, I was sleeping away most of the weekend, so sorry I missed Granny D. There's some regulars that I really like to make because I can't make them in the week, which is like Granny D. And DIY goes live, DIY Creations, Jeanette goes live on a Wednesday, but I somehow always forget about the Wednesday. I'm still stuck on the Sunday live stream. And then there is, who else? Reggie from J Who Crochet, and there is Kim from Affordably Crafty. I missed that. I missed Mal, Hook to the Left. Oh, man. Those are my regulars that I like to attend. Stephanie, that sleeping thing for me is weird also. But last night, my fibromyalgia was acting up, so I've been sleeping on and off in pain. Sweetheart, oh, we pray that the Lord will put his hand on you, hey? My thank you, Twinsy Usher. I would love to come up soon. That would be so much fun. Oh, you're always so welcome. Every live stream I go, I know on a Monday, for those folks in the USA, this is a little bit early. But on a Friday, it's late morning for you till 2 p.m., 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Eastern Time. So you're so welcome. Absolutely. Sorry, Sandrine. New day crochet by dawn. There will be yarn. Speak it, sister. Speak it. And it will be there. Definitely. So I wanted to ask you a question. So I was sitting having lunch with my neighbor and I asked him the question. I said, I'm going to ask my viewers this. Do you have an answer for this? Let's listen. Oh, Sandrine, I'm sorry. I understand my EDS makes my pain ridiculous at times, and I can't sleep. My back and hip were acting up yesterday. It kept me from sleeping well. Ooh, I know what it's like to be woken up with pain. I can tell you that. Not to be able to sleep. That's terrible. My neighbor has this problem with his stomach. So I say now, okay, tell me now. Every morning when I see him, I say, so how did you sleep? Did you have stomach pains? Because he needs to, he's gone to the doctor or whatever, and they can't find anything wrong. They've done x-rays, blah, blah, blah. Now the next step would be go for those big names. Colonoscopy, which is, they put a camera from up, from under, and from the top. Now he wants to avoid that. You can imagine. He's 84. He wants to avoid that because it's not just that. I said to him, it's not painful. I've been through that. It's not painful. It's uncomfortable because before the time you have to drink this liquid and it's lots of liters. And to finish that amount of liters in that amount of time, because it's not the tastiest thing to drink, you've got to drink a cup every half an hour. So you just sip, 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 sip. When the half an hour's up, you need to take another cup. Sip, sip, sip. So that's uncomfortable. It is uncomfortable. My gran had to go through that at an old age, and I felt so sorry for her. I still see her at the table sitting there, sipping that cup for the procedure the next day. Yes, Fridays would be best. I would be more awake and nor have bedhead. Yes, well, I mean, that's the thing. You get up at a time that suits you. I don't want anybody to come on my live stream, just to tell you, this is me. I don't want anybody to come on my live stream that feels stressed, who had to get up early and be here. No. Then let's take someone who you've had your sleep and you want to come up. You've had time to put something on that you like, if you are like that. You've had time to put your hair up or whatever you want to do to your hair. You've had time to do that. So you're inside relaxed. You're relaxed and you say, I'm going to do this nice thing now. And I'm going to talk to people about yarn. I'm going to just show them what I've been up to. That's what I want. I want to come up. That's why even for Stephanie, Friday, I said, no stress. If you can't. But if you can, I'll appreciate it because I wanted her to be relaxed inside, in the heart. It's important here in the heart, here and in the heart, to be really relaxed. Endoscopy, yes. Laugh out loud, right, Melissa? I'm in my nightgown with my hair in a giant ball on my head right now. But remember, Stephanie, you've got nature's jewelry. Those beautiful dimples. I tell you, that's nature's jewelry you've got right there. Yes, mine too. I can imagine. Colonoscopy can be very painful. It is different for each person. My mother passed out with a pain. No, but actually, here with us, I can only say here with us, in my area, in my province, in my country, if they do that, they sedate you. So you don't feel anything. You're not awake when they do that. They don't sedate you for hours. They just give you enough to put you out for that time that they put the things in. And yeah, so there is no pain there. But it's always uncomfortable or not a comfortable thing. If you have to go for a procedure, you have to be there at, you have to maybe get up at 5 to be there at 7, book in at 7, and everything's cold. Even though the temperatures, whatever, you have got to put their gown on, and that's not nice. So he's trying to avoid that. So, you know, he's on medicine, and then he goes a day without pain. So I say, I note this, because let's say you've had pain, and whatever is wrong, it is recovering. It's busy, the body is healing itself. Then the days without pain is becoming less, more days without pain than with pain. So, but I think it's because there is stress, and the stress works, you know, you start, it's like when you start having an ulcer, your stomach churns a bit, and now your stomach, it works on your stomach. When you're nervous, it works on your stomach. So I think because he's living alone, you know, so we try and keep the tension down, nothing to upset him. That's why I had to do my nails Friday. I was trying to surprise you after I decided I was going up. That's it. No, thank you so much. I so appreciate it. Love those dimples on her too. I'm telling you, nature's jewelry. I had one years ago. They sedated me too, says Melissa. Yes. Oh my goodness. I tell you, please don't tell me they're going to do that and not sedate me. The first thing my mom saw when I was born was my dimples. So when she saw you notice them, she said she was all smiles. I cannot not notice it. To me, dimples are so beautiful. You know, I look at someone with dimples and I'm like, ooh, I love those dimples. And you've got beautiful dimples. Girl. Yes, Julie says, when I had a colonoscopy, I only had to drink half a cup full, 8 hours apart. But, oh boy, was that powerful. It was called Pergodan. Pergodan. Yes, I think it's called movie call or something like that. But it's a lot that you've got to drink. They expect you to drink something like 4 liters or something. It's a lot. I might be wrong, but I remember it being it's a lot of, to me, the only way to get that amount of liquid in your body without wanting to vomit is to sip on it for half an hour. You give yourself here, and mentally you say, got half an hour to sip on this cup. Sip, 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 down. Now you say, okay, I focus on the next half an hour. Sip, 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 sip. Next half an hour. Sip, 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 sip. So, to get through it. Sedation, yes, let's see. Oh, Sarah, they didn't put her to sleep. That's awful. That is awful. That's awful. Oh, bless him, says Sarah. I tell you what, he is quite cool. No, Stephanie, I tell you, that is terrible, Sarah. It's just, can't imagine. So I asked my neighbor. It's nice if you ask other people around you before you ask you guys these questions, you know, because then it's like, I see the reaction real life. Because with you, I don't see your reaction. I see what you type. Okay, then you think, what's my answer? My answer would be blah, blah, blah. And then you type it. But if someone's sitting opposite you and you ask them, then you're like, hey, I've got their reaction right there. It's interesting. So, I asked, I'm asking you, and I've asked my neighbor. Now I'll ask the question. I'll tell you what he answered. How did you meet your spouse, boyfriend, or significant other? So I asked him. He says, very short answers. At the tennis club. I said, oh, at the tennis club. Yeah, because she immigrated from Britain to South Africa all those years ago. So then apparently they give you the opportunity. They take you to the Johannesburg, our northern province, and they would find a job for you. I didn't know it worked like that. But when she came past Cape Town, she said, this is so beautiful. She's staying here. So fantastic. So she stayed here, and then that's how they met. So well, that's very interesting. I mean, she also played tennis till quite recently before she passed away, yes, which was days before COVID, days before lockdown, eh? You met your significant other at work. Oh, eh? Wow. I met my hubby via the internet. Sarah! Isn't that dangerous ground? Now, you know, if you say that, how many years ago was that? Because so many years ago, that was quite unknown. Now it's nothing. Everyone and his brothers dating on the internet. No, now it's nothing. But so many years ago, it was quite, ooh, you met on the internet. I met mine in second grade. We have been friends since. During a horrible 12-year relationship, he came and was my knight in shining armor. Oh, Melissa, isn't that fantastic? That's fantastic. Oops, hubby, I met my hubby. Melissa, what have? I think I read right. Even if you, listen, the thing is, you don't have to correct because you can see. You know, you're catering for your most intelligent audience. We're not saying the most intelligent people, most intelligent audience. 33 years. Wow. Hey, you met at work 33 years married now, or for 33 years ago. So that is a long time. I've been married 25 years and known each other 26. So now I met hubby on the CB radio 38 years ago and married 31 years now. What? CB radio. So you were working there because it's not WKRP. It wasn't the WKRP. So the next question was, you can still answer, but I'm going to ask the next question so long. And the next question was, if someone asked you to give them a random piece of advice, what would it be? Now, I had to laugh because of my neighbor's answer, and I'll tell you his reaction. 21 years ago, it was by accident and a pen pal site. He was just getting into the internet, and I was extremely suspicious. Yes, I would think so. But he is the most wonderful gentleman, my rock and my best friend. Now, isn't that fantastic? Let me do this with this camera. Then I am not swallowed up by the comment. You meet 34 years ago and you're married 33. Wow, fantastic, eh? Good for you. Now listen, about that random piece of advice. So I asked my neighbor. So I said, come quickly give me your answer about this because I'm going to ask my viewers and they're going to hear it the same as you. So you can think about it for, think about it for a minute, half a minute, 10 seconds. Tell me what your answer is. If someone asked you to give them a random piece of advice, what would it be? And he says, first he frowns. He says, well, how can you give a piece of random advice? You need to know what the problem is. I said, okay. So I'm just listening because I thought, well, maybe some of you would think like he thinks. He says, I would say, follow your conscience. he would say, follow your conscience. Random piece of advice. But now you know, if you're a thug and you don't have much of a conscience, your conscience might tell you some things are good to do or okay, and it's so not okay. So that was hilarious. Yes, it was. He was such a blessing to me and my oldest daughter. Then we had 2 baby girls back to back. Oh, Melissa. Oh, that's fantastic. I think that is fantastic. I married my late husband when I was 13. We were married for 32 years before he passed away. He's been gone 8 years and I met Dave and we've married for 7 years. Linda, I think it is the most wonderful thing in the world to get a second chance. Don't you think? To get a second love that you want to marry a second time. I think if that comes around a second time for you, that is a gift. Absolutely. So that was so funny. So what would your random piece of advice be, Jessica? If someone asked you a random piece of advice, Let me ask my assistant here, because mine would a random piece of advice. I would say make decisions that you could sleep with, which means probably follow your conscience, because I would make decisions that I can sleep with. If I make a decision and it's going to keep me up at night because I did someone wrong, that is not good. So my decisions are made so that whatever decision I make, I can sleep good tonight because I did not do anybody wrong. Indeed, even let me suffer rather than I injure someone else. That I can sleep with. I do. I didn't think I'd find someone again. Linda, so there you go. Because personally, I also think if it happens a second time that you meet someone that you love enough that you want to marry, that's a gift. That is a gift. Sarah says, never react in the heat of the moment. Bite your lip and think about what you do or say. There are times I failed miserably at this. I'm not perfect. Sarah, but that is good advice, because that is like, in a word, I would sum it up as stay calm. Whatever comes your way, just keep calm. Just keep calm. If I can keep calm, I can freak out on Saturday, but today is Monday. Just keep calm. You can freak out tonight when you get home, but not now. Keep calm. Something like that. Pastel Dreams. Mwah. Hello, my sweetheart. How are you? I'm so glad to see you. Don't lie. Don't cheat. Don't steal. Yes. Just don't do that. Be honest. And, to be honest sometimes takes courage. You have to, if you think someone won't have a good reaction, you have to be able to face that. It takes courage. Have to go. Catch you next time. No problem, Dawn. Thank you for coming by. Thank you for that thumbs up. Thank you for spending time with me. I so appreciate it. Don't make choices you will regret later. This is a hard question. It is a hard question. If someone asked you to give them a random piece of advice, maybe, maybe you're standing in the school hall and they've got the last 3 years of students in front of you, and you could give them a piece of advice before they go into this life to either choose a direction to study or whatever. It's something like that, a random piece of advice, something you would say to people that probably are younger than you are, and people that are going to leave high school. Random piece of advice. Something like that. My hubby is second time round 2. Very lucky, says Sarah. Yes. Now that's the thing. I tell you, because to get married the first time, yes, it is. I think many people are probably more in lust than in love, as I have heard some pastor. Is it some pastor that said that? I thought in some marital counseling I thought in a group. I thought, oh, it's probably true. Many people marry young, and and I don't know if they know what love is all about. And I say, that's why I always say, I think when people get married, especially if it's young people, they get married. At weddings, I cry. I cry because I think, oh, you don't know what you are signing up for. I think that's the thing. You want to say, do you know? Do you have an idea what you're signing up for? And I think of the pain and suffering. I mean, obviously, you don't think of the good days. You think of the bad days you've had, and you think, oh, is this couple ready for it? Lucky. I met my husband on the station in Simonstown in the early evening. It was my first day at a new job at the naval base. He mistook me for my twin sister, who also worked at the base. What? That is so interesting, Rose. Hey, he mistook you for your sister. So he was friends with your sister, I would think. Going to start my bus route now. Everyone have a great day. Linda, thank you for coming by. And I hope to see you again somewhere in the YouTube streets. Hopefully on my live on Friday, pop in again. By all means, I so appreciate it. Have a blessed bus route for you and those that you are traveling with you. Good luck, Linda. Have a good day. Have a good day. How random did I get that acronym? Hey? Bye, Linda. Keep safe. Trudy, hello, my sweetie pie. How are you? And when are you visiting me again? You know, it's time for a visit. Okay, so that was that question. Now let's see the next question. Listen, so again, I've asked this question to my neighbor. I'm going to tell you his answer. If you could be famous for one day, what would you want to be famous for? If you could be famous for one day, what would you want to be famous for? And he actually gave me the answer very quickly. If I must count, I waited probably 4 seconds, and he said, for a great scientific discovery. I thought, wow. But he used to be a science professor, so, you know. So maybe that is in his mind. So if you could be famous for one day, what would you want to be famous for? Let me think on that one myself. Hey, Trudy, I have been watching since the beginning of the live. Mwah, Rosemary, I was thinking of you last night. I was watching a movie with hubby early evening because this weekend it was more sleep than crochet, to be quite honest. And we were watching a movie together, and I asked him to watch on Saturday The Mule. That is on Netflix, out on Netflix now here in South Africa. Rose, if you've got Netflix, try and watch that. It's Clint Eastwood. He's 91. He plays the role of a 90-year-old man who becomes, after things go financially very bad for him, he, without knowing it at first, becomes a mule for the drug cartel. And then he becomes their top mule because nobody suspects a 90-year-old man driving from state to state with drugs. But he actually directed the movie and everything, so he obviously wanted to get a message across. So I enjoyed it. I've probably watched it 3 times now. So yes. Hi, Melissa. You want to be a designer. So your answer to, if you could be famous for one day, what would you want to be famous for? You would want to be a designer. You'll contact me in this week. No problem. Rita Tomar, hello, my sweetie pie. I'm so glad to see you. How was your weekend? And have you any plans for this week? I didn't know you were a twin, Rosemary. I can't imagine another one of me. I tell you, I would have loved to have had another sibling. I must say, I have one brother. And I've always wanted another sibling, whether it was another brother or another sister. I wouldn't have minded. Quite honestly, I would not have minded another sibling. So that is something that if I could wish for something that's quite impossible, it would be that I would have had another sibling. There you go. Helping people in need. Guess that comes from my social work background. Melissa, are you a social worker? Because in South Africa, we think of social workers quite highly because it is not many of them finish their training. It is a very difficult course to finish. And it is a really tough job to be a social worker. Mentally, I think as well, and emotionally. I'm on Netflix, so I will watch The Mule. Let Trevor watch it with you because you know that Mr. Clint Eastwood is 1.93 meters tall. I'll have you know, which is like 2 fingers width taller than Craig, my husband. So my husband couldn't believe it. Hi, Rita. You don't want fame. I'd like to be unknown. You know why? I agree with you, Sarah, and I agree with you because I would like to go into any shop without being bothered, without people recognizing me. That's the thing. I would like that. I would have loved a younger brother. Ooh, yes. I don't mind older or younger. I would have, well, at my age, I'm 52. I wouldn't have mind. And if we had another sibling, it would have been probably 5 years. Either way. Now I want to sneeze. Why do I want to sneeze? Don't sneeze, don't sneeze. Don't say don't sneeze. Don't say don't sneeze, because then you want to sneeze. I don't want to sneeze. Deep breaths, deep breaths. I don't want to sneeze now. So let's see. Yes, Ursula, it's very tough and heartbreaking at times, although I have been out of work for over a year with the pandemic. Melissa. Oh, I tell you what, there's little you can tell me about losing your job after lockdown. Oh, it has been traumatic. Just put it like that. Traumatic. It's just traumatic. So our income has literally gone 50%. And it's like you can still keep going, but that it's going, how do you say, it's like whiplash. It catches you at the end, because March last year lockdown started, the 3rd month, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're now in the 8th month. So it's 12 plus 17 months ago lockdown started. And this month, beginning of this month, it really hit us the hardest. Last month and this month. So it was in this household so stressful, so stressful. So we had to make a few plans financially, and thank you, Lord, that the Lord provided. We could make a few plans, but if your income has come down half, oh, that is terrible. Anyway, only so much you can do. Now, let's look at the other one. What did he say? What's the best prank you've ever pulled? I can tell you 2 pranks I pulled. Let's just tell you the 2. Okay, what is the best prank you've ever pulled? While you're typing, I'm going to tell you mine. 2. So the first one that I really enjoyed, you mustn't enjoy a prank too much, is I was not married yet. I was staying at home, and I was in the bathroom, and the bathroom it has a window nearly as wide as the bathroom, and my brother was standing on a ladder on the outside from the outside, because it is a wooden window frame, and he is varnishing it, and he's standing on a ladder that is about half his height. So he's like middle to top of the ladder, and he's painting. And I went from the inside of the window, I went a loud boo, and his body went like, you to stay on that ladder, and he was not impressed. I thought it was hilarious. Anyway, that's one. Okay, I'm going to tell you the second one now. The best pranks you've ever pulled. Okay. Yes, traumatic, right, is right. One income here as well, and it came down half for us as well. Melissa, I can hug you and tell you I so can relate. And to just as a mother keep it together, sister. It takes a lot, and I've always said, because there's always been things happening in my life, and I've always said, if I did not have the Lord in my life, if I did not get my strength from him, I think I would have been dead. Because, I would have just thought, this life is just too difficult. Give it up. Just quietly leave. Just quietly leave. Press that button and say, beam me up, Scotty. Honestly. So, And because I've been through, you know, my daughter's cancer and whatever, and I was explaining to my neighbor that when lockdown hit, it brought back such bad memories for me, because the reason was, when my children were both diagnosed, the one with autism and the one with cancer, at the same time, 2 weeks apart, it was like most of the people I knew ran away at once. So it was incredibly, how do you say, solitary confinement. Because, and I can understand that. I understand, because for many people to know a husband and wife in there, I was 34, that has a daughter with severe cancer who's going to die and a son diagnosed with autism, it's too much to deal with, right? It's too much to deal with. But no, we didn't have a choice. We had to go through it. But so even acquaintances, they just stay away. They just take longer to contact you, or they fade. So it felt, when lockdown hit, that isolation, so suddenly you were cut off from people. I had that whole thing. I was reliving that again. Okay, so let me catch up quickly. Good morning, Ursula, and you're all in the chat, says GrannySquare. And how are you, my sweetie? And how was your weekend? What have you been up to? Tell us. Hi, Andrea. I had a urinary tract infection this weekend, which I mistook for back pain. And the pharmacist prescribed a natural remedy which works, so I jumped out of bed. Wow, it worked so well that you jumped out of bed this morning. Now, how did you discover that it is a urinary tract infection and it's not back pain? Because was this pharmacist so good that you could explain the symptoms and that he could tell you what to do? Because that's fantastic. You know, sometimes, because us girls often have not bladder infection, how can you say that? But that's why we make more use of citrus soda than guys. Only one income, that halved, says Trudy. Oh, so many people can relate. Oh, glad you're not in pain, Rosemary. That is a terrible pain. Urinary tract infection is not for sissies. Hey, everyone. Woohoo! I made it to another live. 5 from Australia. Oz. Hello. Is it? No, it's not. It's Fee for Fiona. Is it Fee for Fiona? Fee. I'm glad. Avery was dedicated at church yesterday. Then she came and spent the afternoon with Granny. Ooh. Well, you must have enjoyed that, I think. Wow. Because babysitting a grandchild is just out there. Still on my first cup. Okay, so where were we? Let me just go here. Okay, my second prank. Okay, the question was, what's the best prank you've ever pulled? Okay, listen, have you never pulled a prank? Let me hear. Rose, I had blood spotting. Oh, yes. I've had that. I tell you, that is not for sissies. That is so painful. So painful. But I'm glad you got that advice. That remedy that helped so well that you could get out of bed so easily this morning. And good morning, Julie, says GrannySquare. Okay, so the next prank I did was when my husband and I was going to get married, the evening before. We were living in another province, and we moved down. No, not moved down. We came down to Cape Town, and I say down because if this is Africa in front of you, here is Johannesburg, and we came down to the tip of Africa, Cape Town, to get married before we went back up. That's why I speak of up and down, because it's up is further away from sea level and down is closer to sea level. So that's why I use up and down. So we came to Cape Town to get married, and the evening before we got married, I pulled a prank on my husband. I said to him, and you see, the thing is, I can never pull a prank because I can't keep a straight face. But that night, I started out this prank and I kept a straight face. And I thought, let me see how far I can get. Just keep going. Just keep going. And I said, You know, my mother said she would like you to share her bed tonight, must sleep with her tonight, because there's only so many hours until we get married, and she wants to get to know you better. So she wants to. Now you see, I can't keep a straight face. So, so she's sent me to ask you, yes or no. You can say no. And she's waiting for your answer. She's standing there doing the dishes in the kitchen. Now we were living in an old house where you're in the lounge. Now he has to go into the passage, and then he's in the kitchen. So he got up to go and give her his answer, which would have been yes. Now my little mother, who is Linda's size, doesn't know anything about this. She would have freaked out. What? You're not sleeping with me? Are you crazy? So I said, so he went just to say yes. And because, you know, I don't want to offend the mother-in-law. And then he went around, and there's like this, the corner of the thing, and then a pillar. And all I did was I dropped my face because I didn't want to laugh, but I had a smile on my face, and I dropped my face with a smile on. And for some reason, he just leaned back and looked, and he saw my smile, and he knew, hey, you so nearly embarrassed me. Listen, for years later, I was telling that joke, and he would not live that down because that was so hilarious. My mom said, how could you? Oh, you know, she would have been so embarrassed if he came to her and said to her, Auntie, it's okay, you know, I'll share the bed with you tonight. I don't want to say sleep with you, but I'll share the bed with you tonight so we can get to know each other better. You can ask me any questions you like. Because it seems like, who would believe this? He believed me for so many seconds. So, wow. Anyway, that's the best prank you ever pulled. So that was the best prank that I've ever pulled. But that was super funny for me. My husband didn't live it down for years after that. I would say, remember the night you nearly slept with my mother? Now, the next question I wanted to ask you was, it said, what do you do for fun? And I thought, well, if you ask that to someone who crochets, they'll say, I crochet for fun. So you mustn't say I crochet for fun. So let's ask people who crochet, what do you do for fun besides crochet? What do you do for fun besides crochet? And look who's here.
Hello! Hello, everyone. Have you missed me?
Yes, of course I missed you.
Oh,
How are you?
I'm really well, thank you. Really well.
Listen, that son in that is it your stepson? He is tall as anything.
Yes, yes.
Wow. And that wife of his is also very tall.
Yeah, yeah.
How far is your blanket? Whose blanket?
I think I was the smallest one there.
You were teeny tiny, and you had heels on.
Hi,
And you
Sarah,
had heels
thank
on.
you. I know.
Hey, Linda, it's good to have you back, says Sarah. Hi, Linda, says Trudy.
Hi, Trudy. Yeah, I did miss you all. I miss my little fair babies as well. And that, but we had a good time. The weather was awful. We got there and it was raining, so we didn't get there till gone 4. And by the time we unpacked and
4
whatever,
p.m.
at the
4 p.m.
4 p.m. in the afternoon, and then we went across to spent a couple of hours with the grandchildren because we've not seen them since the November before lockdown.
Yes.
So that was 21 months. So it was nice to see them. We had some fish and chips with them, and and then we came back because obviously we didn't want to stay too long because, you know, it was the wedding the next day. And then the wedding wasn't until 2:30, so we got up and had breakfast and had a mooch around the shops and that in the Isle of Man, Douglas. and
did you buy some yarn there? Did you buy any yarn there? No. Yes.
No.
Something. No. Not even a souvenir.
No, because I've been to the Isle of Man loads of times. So hi Fee. So we just I got some new sweaters for the winter. Rick treated me, and I got some new perfume.
Woo! Perfume. What kind? I love perfume.
Versace Woman.
Woo! Versace
nice.
Woman.
Ooh. Really nice.
Wow.
And then we got
Julie,
ready.
Listen, Julie says we had a good time with your mum, Linda. She told us a lot of Linda's secrets. Oh, if only, Julie, we were hoping. We were hoping.
Yeah.
Hope against hope.
So yeah, so we had and then we went up to the because they got married in a registry office. They just had a small wedding. Well,
hello,
Luke's
Crystal.
got two sets of parents, and then Kirsten's parents and her sister and fiance. And it was good. It was good. And then we went back to the hotel we were staying in, and we had the meal then later on. So it was an enjoyable day, but very tiring. Very tiring. But it was good.
I sometimes find if it's away from home, it's going to be tiring.
Yeah. And then Kirsten, our new daughter-in-law, Kirsten's parents came and picked us up from the hotel and took us around the island. We went back to theirs, and we had a cup of tea in their house, and then we went out for a ride, you know, went out to the coast, and we did a walk, and then we went and had lunch. And the place where we had lunch, they have like an island, and on the island were some seals.
Yes.
So we were able to see the seals playing in the sea and on the rocks. So I've done a little video footage, and I've got some photographs that I'll do like a little
slideshow
at the end of my podcast on Sunday. So I'll get all that done for so you can see. But we were shattered when we come home last night. We didn't get home till 7 o'clock.
Oh, and then it's of course unpacking, and it's
washing. So, yeah, so I managed while Rick took my mum back home. I got the whitewashing done, and then this morning I've done the colours. So they're out on the line. We went for a nice long walk this morning. And
I'll be walking once my blisters are healed, because they are my foot up. No, it's big. Oh. I tell you, my neighbor saw it. Listen, I had to laugh because I saw his face, and he went, "Ooh, those are wounds, not blisters." It was so funny. That's a good question. What's your favorite perfume? Mine is Tom Ford White Patchouli. Ooh.
What's yours?
Listen, I actually have a few, but unknown. I love unknown, but who makes it? Unknown.
I like Calvin Klein's Eternity, and I also like Premier Jeux. I don't know who that's from. And now I've got a new favorite, Woman by Versace.
I want to write that down. Woman, but is it W-A-N?
Yeah.
W-O-M-A-N.
Yes.
Singular.
Woman. Singular.
Woman by Versace.
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling you. Wow. Coco Chanel. Oh, yes. Oh. Listen, Sarah, so Coco many Chanel. Times in my life, people would think if they phone and I answer the phone and they say, who am I speaking to? I say Ursula. They say Chanel. They always hear Chanel when I say Ursula. I don't know why. So I just, it's happened so many times that I just say yes, yes. So I go by Chanel and I go by Angela. Those are the two names people most often somehow think is my name. So
Yeah.
I just now go by it. Just go by it.
I've got
Ooh, Givenchy from Organza. Ooh, I'm writing down this, Check it out. When I go to the shop, there are beautiful perfume shops that we have.
Yeah, we've got some nice perfume shops as well. Yeah, so I had a nice weekend. All it was nice to get home and sleep in my own bed. Oh gosh, was it sleep in my own bed? Oh
yes.
The alarm went off this morning. I said, "Come on, Rick, we got to get up." He said, "Let's just have 10 more minutes." So we had 10 more minutes, which turned into 20 more minutes. So we didn't go for our walk at 9 o'clock like we usually do. It was 9:30. But
yes, but
we still did our walk.
I was saying to my neighbor, he was sitting yesterday. He was sitting. My husband had gone cycling, so I'd gone to the shop to buy groceries. Jessica and I. Oh, Jessica's like this. I say I went to the shop. She's like, like you didn't go alone. I went with you. Okay, so we went to the shop to buy groceries, and he also wanted a few things. So I said he can sit in the lounge because he's got a key to our house.
Yeah,
you can sit in the lounge. And my son is around here. The cat is around here. So, and yes, we went and I bought some things for him. And our favorite perfume is Anay by.
Anay.
Oh, I can't pronounce that. By who?
Casherelle and Noah.
Wow, I'm writing that down because that is
Anay as well. So many perfumes.
Oh, the one
you like.
The one I do like and I always use is it is in a bath oil. It is now what's the name? Estee Lauder, and it's Youth Dew. I bought that when Jessica was diagnosed the first time because there is a scripture that says that our prayers are like a fragrant essence, fragrant perfume, fragrant essence before the Lord. And when I go through a very difficult time, that's like when Jessica was diagnosed. I bought that perfume. When I put it on, it reminds me that our prayers are to the Lord as a fragrant perfume is to me. So it encourages me to pray, to come boldly and to pray and ask because it's like pleasing to him. So it's to me like a spiritual thing. Anyway, so you were saying something now, and I wanted to say something. Oh, I went to buy the groceries yesterday, and then we came back. Now, what was it? Now it's gone. Anyway, I will remember just now. But the story is halfway. The story is that I left him here, and I went, and we came back, and now I can't remember what the real story was I wanted to say. Ridiculous. But anyway, I've bought some. Listen, by the way, I've bought some omega-3.
Oh, right.
Oils. 6 a day because my recall is going to improve. I'm not going to sit here. What's his name or what's that thing and use 5 words. We're going to try and Ursula, amen. Yes, Emilia. I also like Amazing Grace by Philosophy. Oh, Amazing Grace by Philosophy. Is that, listen, are you talking about the song or a perfume? We're talking perfume. Song. Perfume, song. That might be a perfume.
It could be. I've not heard of it. So at the moment, I have Everybody Loves My Blanket.
Yes, the one with the black stripes.
Yeah, it looks so much better. And I've done this much. So I took my crocheting with me. And I've done more of my shawl.
Oh, it's a perfume. Let me see. I'm soloing you. Oh my goodness, that's looking so good. And I love that yarn that you've chosen. And the drape, it looks very drapey.
Yeah, that's what I wanted. I'm using a 6. It's half half double crochet, and then every so often, Rose, you know, you do little windows, and I'm using the
Oh, merino gold batik.
merino wool and 75% acrylic, and it's one of my
Oh,
favorite.
I love the color.
Yeah, I do. This is a
Favorite brands to work with.
yeah, this is a Christmas present, and I've I've done 6 squares of 18 for my granny blanket that I need to get done for Saturday, and I'm just on number 7, so I've got another 11 to do, 11 and a bit to do.
Is today Granny Square Day?
Today's a Granny Square Day. All day today is a Granny Square Day, and tomorrow is hopefully finish off the Granny Squares what I don't get done today, and get them all sewn on the blanket ready for Saturday. And I put a photograph of the blanket that I've done so far, and I've only got 3 more rows to do. I put it on it went on Instagram straight onto Facebook, and underneath, where's my bit? Because the 3 rows are on his side of the bed, so he wanted to know where that was. And I said it's still on the hook and in the yarn. I've not done them yet. So
yes.
So he says to me today while we were walking, he said, when are you going to get that blanket finished? I said, well, it's a year-long project, so it's not going to be finished till December. He went, so I've got to wait 3-4 months before it can go on the bed. I went, yeah.
Oh, so he's in a hurry to see that. But that's fantastic that he's so excited about it.
Yeah, he's very encouraging in my in whatever I do, you know, whether I do my knitting or my crocheting, and you know, kind of he just supports me 100%. And I mean, Rick's my second husband. My first husband, if I saw him again, I'd shoot him.
No, please don't. I don't know if they allow you to crochet in the jail.
No, I know. It's a good job he lives in Turkey, isn't it?
Still doing my mosaic blanket, and boy, oh boy, I'm loving it, says Julie. Julie, I'm enjoying mine. Ooh. Hubby wants that blanket. He is so sweet, says Melissa. Crystal says, my hubby keeps asking me when he gets his own blanket. Ooh.
Well, you know the Bearstone blanket that I'm doing kind of, well, I'm going to, that is going to be a Christmas present for my dad.
Okay. I think he's going to
really like that. You know, because it's got the black on it and that, and I'm going to do the border in black and whatever. So
yes.
Because I think it'll make the colours, all the colours then all pop.
Absolutely.
When I've done the first half of the dragonfly poncho. So I've done the first half.
That yarn is absolutely gorgeous, the way it is working out.
The ombre, the way it ombres is absolutely fabulous. You know, it goes from
my goodness.
It's seamless. It's absolutely seamless. Absolutely.
It's beautiful.
I love it. And I've made a start on the other side.
The second side.
So, yeah.
So, but I love that side the side with as it goes to the darker green. Oh,
well, beautiful. the dark is going to be at the top.
Yes. By the face.
It is for an older lady who's got grey hair. But I don't think, I mean, on me, that doesn't look too bad because I'm dark.
Either. That one is either because it's beautiful.
For the lady who's got grey hair, I think the darker would look nice round the neckline.
Beautiful.
And then round the neckline, I'm going to do a shell around the edge, but I'm going to use the crab stitch just to finish off round here.
Okay.
I
Yes.
think,
No,
just
that's
because I think it'll sit nice, you know, after you've
yes.
sewn it and that. I think it'll just sit nicer. So that's the
Beautiful.
plan anyway. That's the plan
Oh,
anyway.
I
So,
love it.
so I'm really,
You know,
I'm
the technique that Tina teaches us in mosaic crochet to do slip stitch on a garment, on a blanket, and then do a border fixed to that slip stitch. I'm going to apply that more and more because that is absolutely a fantastic way to get a perfect edge. So if I ever want to, so
finish
like
off
you've got that, like that comes around. Now you've got to put the other half. And where I would have sewn it together, I would want to employ that technique to get that perfect edge, because that is really fantastic. Melissa says, hubby always says to me, you always make everyone else crochet stuff. When can I get my black blanket? Black blanket? Girl, you've got to be crocheting in the daytime. He wants a king-size black blanket. Ugh, he's very tall. Well, you know. I want to show you my progress on my blanket because I've been sleeping more than crocheting this weekend. But when I
So you
was
still
awake,
not finished your temperature blanket yet?
I've got 5 days to catch up. I've got 5 days to catch up.
How many days have you got to do?
A few. A few. Linda, let's not go there. I just want, but I will be on time on Saturday. Do you know that? I'll tell
Even
you.
if it's 5 minutes before the start of the show.
Even if it's 5 minutes before the start of the show. So let me show you. Okay, I'm going to quickly solo so that I can show you this. This border. Now, this is what I've learned. This is something new I've learned. When I do the border, I'm going to show you now. So now I choose my own border because I want to say afraid of her border. Because look, I made my blanket and I didn't count any stitches. I just made so many stitches, started, did my blanket. It worked out well. If it had a normal border like this border, no problem. But then to put a pattern in the border, you know, so you've got to, so this is what it looks like. Now it must just lay nicely, but this is how it came out. It's not done. It's not done. So I've got this, and then all you do is so what I did was this. Now let's draw a line. This is the line. This is that, the side of the blanket there. So all I did with there where she says this is the repeat, I started in the corner, just did the single crochets until I was at this line. Then I would start my pattern till the end. And when I get to the end, okay, now where's the end? Let's hunt the end down. When I get to the end, now I'll put the pen there because that's the end. I'll stop the pattern, and all I do is I walk around the corner. Can you see how I walk around the corner? And then when it comes to there, where it needs to start, then I start the repetition again. No, start the repetition again. So can you see what I did?
Yes.
So for me as a beginner, that means I can use any border, any pattern in this entire blanket as a border, because I don't need to know what to do in the corner. I just start there, and when I get around to, when you start and then you come around, and when you get there, you just walk around. Can you see? You just do your single crochets as you would have done, and then there you start with the pattern again. So if you think about it that way, that opened it up to me so that I could use any pattern as a border. So whoops, now where did we? Okay, hubby. Let's do this. Melissa says, I started it, but realized halfway through I started using a different size hook. So I have to frog it all. Melissa, a different size hook. That's why I just use these hooks and I just do this so that the hook stays with the work, because
what I would
that is true.
Melissa, is what I would recommend is when you start something and you put it away in a bag, on a piece of paper, just put the hook size and pin it. Get a safety pin and pin it to your work, so you know what size hook you're using, whether you're using a clover,
like a safety pin,
an ergonomic,
like a safety pin. Use a safety pin,
because it might be 6 months before you go back to it, and you know.
Listen, it can be 6 hours and you can forget. It can be 6 hours and you can forget.
Put a piece of paper and put whether it was a boy, a Susan Bates, a Clover, whatever hook, just put the size on, and then it's actually attached to the piece of work. And that I would highly recommend you do that, Melissa.
Absolutely.
And anybody.
Yes. Hello, Ariel. I'm so glad to see you. How was your weekend? Tell us about it. Oh my, love that, says Melissa. Oh, okay, so beautiful, says Julie. Hello, Julie. How was your weekend? I had more sleep than crochet on the weekend. So if you didn't see me around in any other live, it is because I was catching up on some well-needed rest. And Daniel is in the house. How are you? So glad to see you.
Daniel.
Good morning, Michelle. I was just explaining my border and how I am doing this border. And when I just there and there. I just see to it that I start there and there and on the corner. Okay, so Linda, if you see that, see where my fingers are.
Yeah.
So that's all I do is from there. You work the side as you would have normally. When I get to a corner, I just walk around the corner. And then I continue. That's all I do. So that's great. Nana Michelle, so good to see you. Thank you.
Hi,
and everybody
Michelle.
Coming in, hit the thumbs up. I so appreciate it.
Oh,
Maribel says hello, everyone.
You know, my podcast that went live yesterday, in my podcast, I mentioned the passing of Dina.
Oh, yes.
And her sisters actually left a comment on the video.
Listen, it was so sad.
Really lovely.
I think I saw it on Facebook first. And I was just, it was so terrible. To me, it was so terrible. I mean, to everybody. But I watched a lot of her videos and I would give her advice and whatever. So it was just so sad. So, man. I mean, but we know that now that she is with the Lord and healthier than any of us even. So good idea, Linda. It has been 6+ months. Melissa, what? Hello, says everybody. And
hi,
hello, Maribel. How are you? And let me see. Hello, good morning. Emilia says good morning, Maribel. Everybody's just saying hello. You're so friendly, guys and girls. Good job, says Michelle. Michelle, I'm telling you, I was so afraid of that border. I was like, I could just do a normal border. And then in the back of my mind, I'm like, no, it's a challenge. But a challenge is scary. So I did it afraid. I was ready for frogging. I can tell you that. I thought to myself, if I'm going to frog, then I'm just going to frog. So, hi, Daniel. And woo, I need some bells to ring. Granny D, where's my bells to ring? So good to see you, Granny D. And I'm so sorry I missed your live stream. I did more sleeping this weekend than crocheting because I had to catch up on some seriously needed sleep. So I don't think anybody.
Friday, Friday we got to the hotel and we went and we come back. We sat in the bar area for a bit and then we went to bed. We were in bed at 9:30. I was gone. Got up at 8 o'clock. I slept right the way through. I was absolutely
Wow. Oh, that's a lot. That's a lot of
Yeah.
sleep. Yes, Melissa says, yes, Dad, rest in paradise, sweet Dina, says Melissa. I tell you what, hey,
Yeah.
that was, and for her family, that
I
I think it's her brother-in-law that also posted the videos that I saw, that
Yeah.
I commented on, and I thought, wow, for them it was also eye-opener to see how many friends she had on YouTube. So, wow.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Granny D, my love. Good to see you. There you go. Listen, I'm catching up on these acronyms. Good to see you. So hi again. Hello, hello, hello. Yes, I awoke early this morning. No worries, hon. I can never fault anyone for sleeping. You've been sick lately, so your body needed sleep. Listen, Granny D, I was telling them that last month and this month had been incredibly stressful too. And it has just, it's like the backlash of COVID and having half an income. And it was just, in the last month or two, it has hit us. It's like we made it through, and then here comes, it's like something hits you only afterwards. Anyway, so, but yeah, we did it.
Both Rick and
Sean,
I
hello. This is Sean from the Down Under Cruisers. So glad to see
Sean. you. Both Rick and I were on, pensions and that. So, totally. I understand on one hand where you're coming from. Yeah, we did it because I retired at 50, so for 10 years we've only ever had one salary. But then for Rick but he has his army pension, you see. So we're, kind of before he finished work, I've got a hair and it's driving. I can just see it here. So kind of, we tried to make sure everything was paid, the mortgage was paid and whatever.
Yes.
So, we went down to one car instead of having two, and just the little things.
Yes.
But, so he has his pension and I have mine, but I don't get my state pension for another 6 years. So I just got my small work pension, but we're managing, we're managing.
How old have you got to be to get a state pension?
67. I'll be 67
really?
in the September, and then I'll get my state pension in the March. Yeah.
It's 60 here. Here by us, it's 60. Wow.
Yeah, they changed the rules here in the UK quite a few years ago.
But 67 is a high age to wait till. Wow.
Yeah. It used to be women at 60, men at 65, and then they just put us all together, men and women.
Yes.
When our children get to pension age, they're not going to be any pension for them.
Yes. Yes. No.
Arrangements to sort their own, do private pensions.
Yes. Oh, no, we do too. Well, I can tell you, we do too. We did make, but that is the point, that now with half an income, we just decided that is the one thing we don't want to neglect.
No.
The one thing you've got to keep up is your annuity. We call it annuity. If you do it privately, it's an annuity. Hoe gaan dit, Ursula? How are you doing? I think is that in English. I'm doing very well, and I'm glad you are well. So 67, says Melissa. Wow. Yeah, I think 67 is pushing it. Yeah. Have to dash. Time for lunch. Lovely listening and chatting. Take care all. Sarah.
Bye, Sarah.
Thank
See you soon. Take care.
Thank you for spending time with us. I'm so thankful that I'll be getting my first SS check this week. State pension. something.
What
Check
it
this
is
week.
in the
I
US.
am so glad for you, Granny D. Whatever check it is, money coming in is always good. Good morning, glorious Ashland, sweetheart, Linda, hugs, my darling Sandy.
Hi, Sandy.
Good to see you. I'm so glad you're here.
You. Hope you're well.
Emilia says,
Hi,
good morning,
Amelia.
love and Sarah. She's greeting everybody and everyone else. I may have overlooked, says Amelia. No problem, sweetheart. There you go. Hello. And social security. So that's like a state pension, Granny D. That's like social security. Just go slowly over and it's better than the tongue twister. Yes. We try to pay our mortgage 1 to 2 months ahead to be able to keep up with one. Pardon?
We try to pay a mortgage.
I thought Rick said something.
Yeah.
One current income.
No, it's she's just talking about something on here. She's waving to you. Hello. Hello, he said.
Hello. Good morning, Meg. So good to see you. How was your weekend? What have you been up to and what are you planning for the week? Anyway, so now I must tell you, I'm so relieved now that because look, about falling behind on for the challengers, I can't fall behind. And so once I finish this, and I need to finish the blanket too, because that other blanket needs to go to that expectant mommy by next Saturday. So I need to finish it so I can finish that video before that thing leaves my...
So you are going to be sitting up very late.
I'm going to do a Linda on 2 projects.
Focus.
I'm going to do a Linda.
Focus.
Listen, the rest of today, this should be finished by tomorrow, okay? Because the back is done. The front is nearly done. I'm finished. Then I'm just going to do my video tomorrow. And once I've done that, it's me and that temperature blanket. We're going to be so tight. Definitely. So there you go.
You're going to be joined at the hip. Hi, Raven. Lovely to see
you. Hello,
you.
Raven. Yes.
This is what I bought off Meg.
Oh, and lovely.
It keeps your yarn.
It's a yarn. There's a name for it.
Yarn cover.
Yes, but it keeps it shrinking in, doesn't it?
So when you pull it out, the other end doesn't keep.
Yes, it keeps it intact.
Yeah.
So glad this mobile home I live in has been paid off for years. Yes, Granny D,
yes,
I am.
Granny D.
It's so nice to know where you're staying. No one can put you out. Let's put it like that. It's called like a sock. Is it a sock?
Yeah, it's like
cozy,
a yarn sock. So it keeps
a yarn cozy.
Yeah,
a yarn cozy,
something like that. I'm sorry, Meg.
Yes,
because I bought them off Meg. I got 2 polka dots. I love
wow.
Polka dots. So
yarn condom, Granny D. Wow. Hey, Granny D. Let's see. She says, wait, what does she say? She says, my youngest daughter does get social security as well due to her autism diagnosis, and that does help with bills as well. Yes, my son gets, we call it a grant.
Yeah.
To take care. But I mean, look, that will buy you food, then bare necessary food. It's not a huge amount, by all means, by any means. Hiya, Granny, says Meg.
But it's better than nothing, isn't it? It's better.
Yes, and in this time, yes. Yeah, she says, yarn condom. Love that, Granny D. Yeah, Granny D. Yes, eh? She's getting out of bed and that's on her mind. Blessings, Granny D. I love you. I'm an original squirrel. I'm also an original squirrel. A flying squirrel. I must just get my wings. I'm still thinking naughty thoughts from Regis University yesterday. That was so much fun. I missed Regis University yesterday. I missed a lot of lives this weekend because I was catching up on very necessary sleep.
I missed everybody's live.
Yes, you had a reason. I had a reason this weekend. So
yeah.
So I'm yeah, Melissa says exactly, Ocean. Everything, no matter how little it is, helps. That's the thing. Yeah. So now what we put is multiple income streams. So for me, I have multiple income streams. So I don't have a salary slip per se. My husband still has a salary slip, even though his salary it's less than what it used to be. You know, he still has that. So but I have multiple income streams. So anyway, thanks for being squirrels. Oh, Granny D, we have to be squirrels and show our support and love because we love you. So, and that's what it's all about. I've seen some beautiful, and Vera has also WhatsApped me some beautiful lacy shawls. So I have decided I'm not on a yarn ban, but I've decided to make a dent in my stash. So if I want to make a shawl or a whatever, I'm going to be using whatever is in my stash. I'm going to stash dive and see, oh, I still have this, so I can use this for that. Granny D says, do you remember who I am? Says Granny D. Definitely need to go back and catch Reggie's J-Hook Live replay from yesterday. You'll get loads of chuckles. Wow. Okay. That is Raven, Granny D. If you don't remember, that is Raven, precious daughter of Yah. There you go. Frenchie, hello, my sweetheart. How are you? And I'm so glad you're here. How was your weekend? Hi, Frenchie. Everybody's saying hello to Frenchie. So, yes. Let me just... Blessings, Frenchie. There you go. Fantastic. There. And I have dropped the link. If anybody wants to show us what they've been crocheting, you are welcome to... Let me see if the right message is pinned. Sometimes you pin the wrong message. Did it pin? Did it pin? Pin? Pin. Okay, I'm waiting for it. It takes a while. Oh, there you go. It's pinned. Hello, all says Gigi. Hello, my sweetheart. How are you? So good to see you. So anyway, so today we have good weather and I am feeling quite fresh and refreshed from all my rest. So yes, I will be finishing this
today.
If this is not finished today, I tell you, if this is not finished today, because Jessica and I, was it Friday that we went to the shop? And we were standing there and I say to her, all I see is mosaic crochet, mosaic crochet, mosaic crochet. She says, all I see is amigurumi, amigurumi, amigurumi. Let me show you. This was made from the yarn that you won. I won, but you won from Linda. She made a teddy bear head. Now the rest is to follow, but this is the teddy bear head, right? Like that.
That is gorgeous.
Now she's making a onesie for it, for the body. That is a bee costume. Yeah. So she's busy with it, but it had the black and white black and yellow coming over here, and it looks beautiful. But this is exactly the yarn that your yarn that you gave her. So
lovely. I'm really pleased.
It's good to see when someone makes something out of something that you sent them.
What they've won. Yeah, that's really nice. It was always intended for Jessica anyway, whether you won or not.
Well, you hear that? Look so cute, says Julie. So cute, says Melissa. They love it. And Julie says Frenchie. Trudy says, oh, so sweet.
Yeah.
No, that is fantastic. I tell you, no.
Right.
So I can't wait for my friend to get her, my cousin to get her blanket. And that's why this blanket needs to be finished as soon as possible. And if I can do the video Wednesday before I go on your live, quickly do a video. I've got all my notes ready and whatever, and just shoot the video. Then I can probably give that. Then that blanket can leave. And when Saturday comes for the challengers, please Nightbot is dropping the link every so often for the challengers on Saturday, and it will be on my channel this week. Brenda, the newbie crocheter, and Veronica from Steals the Show Crochet and Chef. And we are doing this collaboration, and we are meeting every last Saturday of the month at noon. So
I'll be a little bit late attending your live on
no
Saturday.
problem. No problem. Oh, you've got a fancy plans. That's so cute. I love her amigurumi. It's so perfect. I don't know how she does it, because amigurumi is not my thing. I mean, I've made some, but they look like the ones in the books. They don't have that cuteness factor to it. Lovely tea.
So I'm doing another cowl that starts on my birthday.
When's your birthday?
Ophelia Talks. She's doing the Lizzie cowl, which is a blanket. And so I'm starting that on my birthday on the 24th of September. So I'm really looking forward to that. And I've got something exciting starting this weekend as well.
So are we going to get a video?
A video will be released tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
I'm really, really excited about this one because I've never done it before. So.
Oh, you're going into daring waters. Trudy says, have you tried higher hooks? Usha, yes. Ingrid and Lorna from Simply Doon sent me happy mail and a number 3 and a number 4 higher hooks, and it looks to me a lot like, you know, you can see the plain hook.
Yeah.
This is the hook I'm working with. Let me see if you can see.
Oh yeah.
And this is the one. This is the wait, come on. This is the higher. They look the same to me. Does it?
No.
Yeah. So to me it looks the same. But I know Ingrid also says it goes through your work like butter. So it is beautiful. Ursula, can you lift up that blanket, please? I'm telling you, Raven, I'm on the border now. And I've just said, the thing that I found is if you do the border, say you pick any pattern on this blanket. Okay, I'm going to solo for a moment. Yes, they look the same. Just going to solo for a moment, Linda. So what I did was, Raven, you know how they say so many stitches, repeat the pattern? So I do, that's the corner. So I would start, say here, that's where the blanket starts. So I would work a pattern here, here, just like I would normally. But when I get to there, I just walk around the corner, and here I pick up the pattern again and I work it. So that's how my pattern looks in my border. And it's not finished because on the other side, it's a plain border. On this side, it will be that. But it's better to see it. Oh, my goodness.
Hello, Granny D.
I'm so privileged. You take my breath away on this Monday morning, Granny D. You take my breath away.
I woke up early.
Thank you.
Glad to be here with you girls.
How are you, Granny D?
I'm doing okay as long as I'm sitting down off these hurting feet.
Oh.
Are
they still hurting?
Oh gosh, you wouldn't believe how bad.
Oh, Granny D.
It's like I can't be comfortable unless I'm sitting down and my feet are up on a pillow.
Yeah.
Okay, so explain to me,
It hurts
because because it is swollen,
Okay,
because it is...
the left one has, I'm supposed to be getting a brace for it. I've had them both x-rayed and MRI'd by the podiatrist a while back. They've been hurting for years, and I just didn't do anything about it, but just constantly getting worse and worse to the point where I could hardly walk, and I'm still like that because all I've done is see about, well, I've got orthotics. I've had those for years, so he keeps adding to and taking away and, you know, kind of, what's the word, adjusting those.
Yes,
But
everybody's saying hello to you, Granny D. Yes. Everybody's saying hello, hello, hello. Everybody's so excited to see you on the panel. Good to catch you live. Thank you, Sandra.
Supposed to get a leather brace for my left one. It has a fracture, an old fracture, torn ligaments, torn tendons, arthritis.
But you know, with torn ligaments,
in my right
I've had torn ligaments, and torn ligaments, I had crutches because to use those feet are.
But he didn't say anything about not putting weight on it or anything. But yeah, I just holler sometimes. And in the house, I just kind of furniture surf is what my girls call it. I just go from one piece of furniture to the other.
Yes.
Just hanging on. And but see, that the reason I haven't gotten that brace yet, me getting this other check is really going to help me save up.
I'm so grateful.
Out of pocket, it's going to be almost $1,000, $966.
Wow.
And I've got good insurance, so I don't know why insurance isn't paying more.
Yes.
And then my jaw dropped when the podiatrist said, "Oh yeah, well it'll last 5 years." I'm thinking for life, you know. I said, 5 years, that's nothing. He said, "Well, yeah, but by that time you'll have Medicare, because it's 67. I'm 62 now. I think he said at 67 you get Medicare, and that should take care of all of it."
I don't know what the thing with the age of 67 is. To me, it's weird because in South Africa it's 60 or maximum 65.
62 was for our Social Security, which may be the same as y'all's state or whatever you're talking about.
60. For us, it's 60.
It should be. It should be 55. Lord help.
Yes. No.
But
so
anyway.
Okay. So is there now my, and that is it now, just my logic. The next question would be, going forward, is he voorspel? What is voorspel in English? Is he predicting improvement?
He didn't really say, but I guess the brace just will help, evidently.
But any torn ligaments that there are, will they not heal given time and a brace? And the other things.
But I'm
asking. I'm ignorant. Yeah. So I'm totally asking. Oh, Sandra, I think you upgraded or something like that. But we need to say thank you. Thank you, sweetheart. Trudy says also 60. Yes, Trudy is with me. We're in South Africa here. 60 is where you get your whatever you need to get, you get. Wow. Granny D, what are you working on, says Raven, precious daughter of Yah.
Yes, I just now figured out who it was, and she told me again. She says Raven. I used to always call her Diane. I said, "You'll always be Diane" to me. She messaged me too. Right now, this is just self-striping.
Oh, I love.
You know
and you're doing
it is.
Is that mustache by any chance, Granny D?
I'm a professional. How in the world did you guess?
How dare?
One of my subscribers said, "Oh, Granny, take a walk on the wild side and learn something." Hey, I said, "Hey, I completed several baskets, like 3 or 4 baskets lately, so I can do that.
Yes.
That was
Granny
a
D,
small stitch.
Crystal is saying, did he suggest physical torment? Physical therapy. So she's asking, are you going for
No,
physical therapy?
all he
No,
said
okay.
was just to get that brace and also wear the orthotics that, you know, I go ever so often and, like I say, have those adjusted.
What about compression socks? Raven's asking.
I've been wearing those for years because of my, what I call my funky cold edema. There was a song called Funky Cold Medina. So when I say that, that's kind of funny.
Raven says, moss stitch Granny D. That's beautiful.
From my knees.
Julie Chaffee Maza says, that's beautiful. Love the colors. Love Granny D. Lovely Granny D says, Trudy. Prognosis,
yes.
I think, is word you were looking for. Maribel, you are so right. Prognosis. What is the prognosis? Because I would think if someone says to me, okay, we're going to give you this brace, we're going to prescribe this medicine, then I would think, okay, so let's say in a matter of either weeks or months, something should be better than it is today.
Well, I think it will be better, obviously, or he wouldn't have prescribed the brace. But with, I really think a lot of my problems stem from some pain meds I'm on. And you can't just come off of them. And it's the only thing I can take for pain. So it's like a vicious cycle.
Yes. Yes.
If my feet didn't hurt, I wouldn't take the pain meds. And maybe my feet wouldn't hurt if I didn't take the pain meds. But what do you do?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Love the colors, Granny D says Vera. And Vera was the one that sent me that shawl.
Yeah, it'll be
can it just
rectangular wrap going this way.
Yeah, that's
okay.
Beautiful. And
Sandra was asking, what are you working on, Linda? She's working on
I'm working on my granny squares
for the challengers on Saturday.
Yes, so I've got 11. Oh, throwing one in the bin there. I've got 11 more to do. 11 more squares to do.
Ooh, and you've got to have them done by Sunday? Or no?
No, Saturday.
Every last Saturday of the month.
12 to, well, I've got 11 more to do, and then I've got to attach them then to the blanket before Saturday.
You're Speedy Gonzalez, so you'll get it done.
Oh yeah, I will do. I'll get these will be done by tomorrow night. The blanket will be.
I was going to say, with time to spare. And Ursula, you've got to finish something up.
Yes, I've got to finish up.
How many days? 21?
Say what?
21 days. Temperature blanket?
Oh. No, Linda, zip it. Don't go there to the temperature blanket, please. Just stay away from that. We're talking mosaic now. Let's get to the mosaic.
I never would have started a temperature blanket because I know that would be a giant, epic fail for me.
No, but listen, I've got the temperature blanket is my ointment, and this is the fly in the ointment. Is this mosaic blanket?
I love your mosaic, and you know I've been watching your girl Tina or whatever her name is with is it 2 ends or 3 ends?
Yes, just say Tina. Just say Tina. That's it.
I would love to do one of those little. Well, first I need to learn.
Get one soon.
Yeah.
Sorry, get some rest, says Jamie and Jamie is saying hello, Jamie. Thank you for everybody hitting the thumbs up. I so appreciate it.
Hi, Jamie.
Yummy apple cider vinegar water. Not really, but helps with acid reflux, says Crystal. Crystal, you know what I mean?
Crazy. You think you're taking acid for acid.
Yeah. Yes.
But
you know what we have here?
To swear. buy
I don't
vinegar
know.
with.
Yes, I don't
He
know if
would
you
go
have
to
it
the
there, but
health store and get the kind with the mother in it, whatever that means. It looked horrible, like some jelly creature floating down at the bottom of it.
woo!
But he made some concoction. I said, "You're going to live forever, and then you're going to be like mummified because you're going to be pickled." Because he drank some kind of vinegar concoction every morning, and I just gagged when he drank that stuff. Ugh.
But you know, we have. Do you have citrus soda there by you? It's a glass bottle with white granules, and you put it in water, and it leaves an alkaline residue in your blood. It helps for
Wow.
anything. It helps for so sometimes when you have a problem, you can say for 2 months or so, you go in, you have this habit, and I've asked my neighbor now to do this with this stomach problem he's got. I said, just get the habit just for 2 months. When you wake up in the morning, you take your little cup, the whole, how do you say, the medicine holder has a little plastic dop, a little a dop that goes.
Yeah, it's like
And
a little cup that you pour.
yes,
Yeah.
that's it. So you put your white granules in there, and you put it in the glass of water, and it dissolves, and that's what you have, and it leaves an alkaline residue in the blood. And once you do that, you just start your day off like that, and then you just wait a while, and you have your breakfast, etc. And that also does wonders. Granny D, that was funny. I have lipedema with lymphedema, and they had me get a compression sock and a brace, and it was $150. Laugh out loud, says
Wow.
Raven. Wow, I want to learn mosaic to make the little zip bag, says Melissa. Me too, since I've heard. Now
Those
I've got the.
bags, she gets the, and she said it looks like you're doing it backwards, but you're getting the hard part out of the way to begin, or like
First.
the finishing touches.
Yes.
You're doing it first and then doing
Yes.
the back.
Yes.
I would love to do that, but first I
So-
need to learn. But I love yours, and she does make it seem very easy. Like, you know, you're just doing some stitches in the back loops and then some in the front. So.
But that's why if you follow the number 1 and the number 2, if you get those 2 done, and that's what I practiced. Once you get that, you get the hang of it. Then it really is double crochets and single crochets. And that's it. And that you can do. Hi, Melissa, Vera, Jamie, and Inga, says Sandra. Thanks, Jamie. It must, says Inga. Hello, Sandra. I would be happy to help, says Michelle. Mosaics. Yes, because Michelle is so good with it. I contacted her on Facebook to ask her advice when I started on my mosaic journey, because I needed someone to give me advice.
Mm-hmm.
And I have to go get blood work done. Have a good day, everyone. Julie, thank you for stopping by. Thank you for the package.
Bye, Julie.
Hi, Jules.
The thumbs up and the comment and the subscribe package.
Well at the docks.
Yes. Oh, sweetheart. Yes. It sounds like.
Alka-Seltzer.
Yeah. Yes. Okay. So, yes. Well, it sounds like it could be that. Good luck, Julie. Yes, Alka. Okay, I can't say that word,
Seltzer.
but it sounds like that word.
Alka-Seltzer.
There we go. Alka-Seltzer. Sir Seltzer. Alka-Seltzer. Okay, there you go. Got it.
Well, that's what
Plop,
we
plop,
call it
fizz,
in the
fizz.
UK anyway.
Yep. Drop, drop. Fizz, fizz.
What
Or
I
plop,
have,
plop.
yeah, I have aloe vera. It's like a liquid, and I have a little, it's like a little medicine cup, and I have one of them full.
Yeah,
and
that's
I drink
good
that.
for your
That's the first thing I
intestines,
drink
too.
in the morning.
Oh, what does it do?
It's good for your digestion.
It coats your everything, your esophagus, all your digestion.
Yeah.
Because Crystal says most people get acid reflux because they don't have enough stomach acid to weigh the stomach down to shut the esophagus. My cousin, actually, that little, is it an esophagus or something? It's the little thing that closes once the food goes down the tract through that little, now what the name escapes me, into the stomach. But that little,
the sphincter that
does not, it doesn't close, so the food can reflux.
So the acid washes up into your esophagus.
And my cousin had to have an operation to fix that little, what is a clip? My goodness, what is that?
It's kind of like a flap or like a sphincter, like a
flap. Yes, exactly. That. Be right back. Thank you. Stephanie says, just amazing work on those bags that Tina showed on her video. Says Melissa, yes, because Stephanie is also on the mosaic. Is it mosaic? I think she said mosaic journey. But once you get on it, you'll be hooked. Absolutely. I understand her disclaimer.
I didn't try until next year. That is until the end of the year. I'll have a practice, because my challenge for next year is to do mosaic.
Good morning, Ursula, and everyone in the chat says DOY. Hello, sweetie pie.
Sweetie.
So sorry I missed your live. I was resting this weekend more than anything else. So
I went
that
to
was
Jeanette's
such a
and
wonderful.
promptly fell asleep like I do. If I go quiet, that's what happened to me.
Yes, my 13-year-old has acid reflux since birth. She takes Prevacid, but it didn't work as it used to, says Melissa. Wow.
Yeah,
I take 2 omeprazoles every morning, and that was prescribed after I had my weight loss surgery.
Yes.
When they do that, they reroute your intestines.
Wow.
Like so it's sort of a big deal. So
it is a big deal. Wow.
Yeah. I take omeprazole, one omeprazole a day, and that's for my reflux. I have reflux problem. It doesn't bother me all the time, but
every morning.
If I eat fatty food, I can't eat fatty food.
Yeah, listen, I think diet has a lot to do with it. What you eat, because I'm looking at my neighbor, and it depends on what I give him for lunch, and I usually let him wait 2 hours. Then I give him a glass of freshly squeezed orange juice, because he likes that. And a lot of things he says is to me like he's going back to the time when his mother used to give things to him. Then he'd say, oh, he loves orange juice like his mother used to give it freshly squeezed. So then I would give it to him now. Things like that. So I think it's good when you're at that age. But then I say, okay, he's eaten now. Then I say, what's the time? The time is this. Okay, we're going to wait 2 hours, and then we give you the orange juice. And he will sit and wait for that orange juice, and I crochet while I talk to him, because he sits in the lounge. Yes, Julie says, I believe you, Ursula. I'm hooked already. I wish I had tried it sooner. That's the only regret you'll ever have if you start mosaic crochet. You will wish you'd started sooner. Hey there, Maribel. And Crystal says, anyone who's...
I'll never get anything else done.
Listen, I think Veronica was saying, oh, she's now going to just not wait anymore, but just kill off those granny squares that need to be killed off, because she's now rearing to go, chafing at the bit for that mosaic. Anyone who is taking acid reflux meds, please look into supplementing with magnesium, as it depletes magnesium. Oh, that is very interesting. Thank you so much for saying that.
Magnesium every day also.
I started making content if you're interested in mosaics. Woo, Michelle. Now, okay, well, Michelle, are you not blue? Because you can absolutely drop your... Just see if Michelle is... Michelle, you're blue. You've got a wrench. Drop your channel link, because absolutely we would like to go and visit you, because you were the one that gave me advice when I started on my mosaic journey, for sure.
Yeah,
for tips and tricks.
Her mosaic blankets are just amazing.
Once you start mosaic crochet, you will be hooked and won't want to go back to regular crochet, says Raven. Look, only unless it's like we're doing lace and stuff like that. But for me, I'm a blanket person. Blankets is my thing. Of my three things, if it's a shawl, a poncho, or a blanket. Now for a blanket, oh, I'd be hard pressed to go back to anything else for a long time. The novelty will take a long time to wear off. Nancy's hooked on crochet. Hello, my sweetheart. How are you?
Nancy.
How was your weekend? And
Hello,
Maribel saying
Nancy.
hello. And what is it? It says get a what, Granny D, what does it say on that thing next to you? Get a what? Get something
Get a
stashed.
load of my stash. It's a big old bag.
Oh, it's beautiful. I love that. I only see it on the big screen here when I'm looking.
It's a big canvas bag. I got it for like $1 or $2 whenever Hobby Lobby had their first sale when they were getting rid of a lot of their bags, accessories, stuff like that. Yeah.
I have to go feed my girls. They are now wide awake. Laugh out loud. Good day all. Melissa, thank you for spending time with me. And on a Friday, when it suits you better on a Friday, please come up. You're so welcome. And there Julie is. Ooh, she's off the mark quick. There's Michelle Mosaics and more channel link if you want to join her family. Wow. Need to get back on my cardigan and blanket today. Oh, Crystal, you're making me excited because just thinking of someone else also sitting and crocheting while I'm sitting crocheting.
Yeah.
Exactly, Ursula. It is so addictive, says Raven. Sorry. No problem, Granny D. What you were saying?
It was me.
Oh.
Like Linda.
Granny D is like, what? I wasn't talking.
What I was going to say was, I kind of, I enjoy watching other people's YouTube videos while I'm crocheting. I can't crochet in complete silence. I don't know about anybody else. I've got to have background noise, you know, kind of.
Yes.
I just can't. I cannot do it. I was sat in the airport and I was crocheting. I got some rather strange looks, but I didn't care. I just kept.
I'm telling you, there's lots of people who crochet or knit in airports. There's got to be.
Yes.
I've done it before plenty of times. Yeah.
Yeah.
How was your
I've
trip,
seen
Linda?
anybody, but I just got my hook out and started crocheting.
Jeanette says I'm making myself a bucket hat. Then I'm making a bucket list of things I'd like to make and put them in my hat. What? Jamie's back. Bye, Melissa. Hello, Nancy. Everybody's saying hello. Melissa's saying absolutely Friday would be wonderful. Thank you. Thank you. No, you're so welcome, really. I mean, I was so grateful when Linda, what's her name? Stephanie came on Friday. It was, you know, Granny D, when it's like on a Saturday and a Sunday when you have other people on and you're like, please somebody come up, grab the wrench and come up. I'm
only doing it now on Saturday because I just don't like it. I love it when other people, I mean, I love my people to come up, but I think it's my Chromebook. It just gets so glitchy and it's awful.
Yes.
A lot of times it misbehaves on the live, and then for the replay, my words and mouth are all out of sync, and it's just not good.
You mean when you're in the driver's seat? So you like to do that in the passenger seat? Oh, true.
I would like to do
too.
You know, host too, but it's just crazy. And the only thing I can think of is that it's my Chromebook and I don't have anything else besides my phone, and it's really hard to, you know, really hard to
follow the comments. Yes,
on your phone.
That's me. Yeah. Julie says that's me too, Linda. I love lives to just sit and crochet, watch. That's why I don't type much. I'm too busy crocheting. But that's what I like about. I would like that about my live stream. I would like people to attend because they want to feel this is something where she's reading the comments. I don't have to be looking up. I can be looking down at my work. I'm not missing something.
No.
unless someone's saying they're going to show something and they're in solo, and I look up for that moment.
Yeah.
So to me, that is quite a goal in my channel to try and facilitate that.
At the end of the day, the host knows you're there, you know, and
Yes.
And that, and you're listening, and you know, you're still getting lots of information, whether you know, sit and write loads and loads and loads, or you know, kind of you're just sitting there. As long as you give a thumbs up and you've commented, you know, maybe once or twice,
yes,
you know, or even, I mean,
every so often.
Yeah, every so often, just put a comment, or you know, if somebody's shown something that you like, and that's the beauty of lives, isn't it? You can interact as much as you want. You don't have to do it. Bye, Rosemary.
Bye, Rose. Enjoy. You're welcome. Raven says Julie Williness. Yes, no, that's what I love about live stream. So definitely when I have a live stream, that's what I would like someone to just sit and listen. Please give a like or give a thumbs up, and just say hello and say goodbye. I don't mind. I say I'm always so grateful for 1 minute, 10 minutes, 100 minutes. You know, so very happy for that.
You know, if you're not actually sitting crocheting or whatever, you know, kind of, I like to have the lives going while I'm doing my ironing. You know.
Yes.
That it's I've got, it's on the my iPad, or my phone is on the worktop, and I've got the ironing board in front of that, and I'm just listening, and you know, I can stop, and if something comes on that I like, and you know, want to make a comment, I can just stop, put the iron down and make a comment, and just get back to it, and it kind of, I don't know, you just get through. I get through me.
You don't feel alone. Quick. I think one doesn't feel alone then. It's kind of like a crochet circle, says Crystal. Absolutely. So that's what I love about it. It's because you're hanging out with like-minded people who love to crochet, and it's not boring. I'm sorry, I'm watching the 6-month-old and the 2-year-old. They keep me busy. Oh, Michelle, please, no problem. Hi, Jamie. Mosaic crochet is fun for me. In smaller projects, I started what was going to be a runner rug, but I lost interest in it, so I stitched it together and made it into a big pillow cover. Good morning.
Hi, Jamie.
But that sounds like a good idea. Me too, Ursula. I appreciate the support regardless how long you stay. Yes, Jeanette. I mean, I am really... Because sometimes with Jeanette's live, I talk a lot at the beginning. And then when I see other people, there's enough folks there and talking and chatting, then I sort of sit back a bit and I get to my crocheting, but I'm there and I'm listening. I wasn't there and listening this weekend, but yeah, Ursha, I just couldn't resist ringing your channel bell when you went on Jeanette's live, and I heard your voice, your accent. I could listen to you all day, and I love seeing your blanket. Oh, Raven, thank you so much. I so appreciate it. It's very kind of you. And yes, so that's the thing. I mean, when I heard Granny D, I thought, I have to be a member, because I could listen to her all day talk.
Bless your heart.
It's just, I know, really, it is so.
Well, I mean, Granny D's been visiting my YouTube channel for quite a few years before I joined the fiber community. And then I met her and I was like, oh my gosh, when I saw her, I thought, oh, Granny D, I know who she is.
I'm just down home country. That's it.
Teresa says, me too, Linda. I mostly watch on my TV, so I can't comment often. No, that's perfect. It's just definitely. The fact now, I mean, if a live stream like mine on a Monday is 3 hours long, I mean, if you're busy still waking up, then you wake up, you're doing breakfast, you're doing this, you're doing that. Every so often you say, oh, you make a comment. What more? That is perfect. And the point is that you enjoy hanging out with all the crochet sisters and brothers. Actually, you've always said that about Granny D, sister Jeanette. I have always said it about Granny D. I love her accent. I could love listening to her. And what I love about DIY is what comes out of her mouth.
Her
Is her
enthusiasm,
encouragement.
her
Is
words
her
of wisdom. Her words
I'm
of
telling
I do
you.
too. And she is so classy. When I think about somebody that's
Girl.
really put together and just always looks so pretty. She's just put together.
Yes.
Yes.
Put together and classy are the two words I think of when I think of
There
Jeanette.
you go, Jeanette. You've got it. Put together and class. That's what you are, hey? And then what?
Definitely.
Now you can see
And
it's
then
not
she
same on the
drops
inside.
pearls of wisdom to us on a Sunday, and I missed her
That's
on
the thing.
Sunday, but I was at the airport waiting to come home, and kind of on a Sunday I don't always get to watch. I get to watch the majority, and then I go and have my evening meal. So I sometimes miss the end of our live.
Yes.
Because it's like 5:05 here in the
your
UK
time.
where I'm having my evening meal. So
We're being DIY. We are just being honest. That's the thing. You get this is called positive feedback on your channel, so you should just constructive criticism. Because we must say what we love about you, and that is the thing. The thing is that when you open your mouth, how many times have I been so stressed out, and then I mention it to DIY, and she's like, no, crochet should be fun, or no, just like this, and she just tells you.
Let it
I
go.
love the positivity too. Yes, definitely.
Oh, yes. Because we need it. We need it.
I know nobody's got time for
obviously
that. When you can choose joy over being a grump, why would you choose the other?
I know.
That's it.
I mean,
we all have things we could grumble and gripe about. Lord knows I just did about my feet, but I try not to,
Yeah.
Everybody's got
we've
stuff.
all, we all suffer with something, something.
Mm-hmm.
We've all got
our problems.
We've all got health issues.
Yeah.
But just take the positivity out of life. This is not, I've always said, this is not a dress rehearsal. This is it. Make the most of it. Take each day as it comes and enjoy it, and try and have a laugh every day.
I always try to be with people who are positive and who see the glass half full instead of half empty.
Yes.
When you do that, then you can kind of forget your troubles for a little while, or your aches and your pain.
For a little while. There you go. That's the word. For a little while.
That's
Raven says,
and fiber art, whether you crochet or you knit, that it just takes you away for that moment in time, away from all your worries.
Actually,
and you just concentrate on what you're doing. You've got so many amazing crochet.
The community is just, we've said it, but it is so true. So many wonderful folks.
I like that, Linda. Nice saying, says, Granny D's making her laugh. I'm lurking and listening. I'm getting ready to go back to work. Jamie, thank you for time spending with us. I so appreciate it.
Have a wonderful day.
Raven saying, Granny D's squirrels played with my squirrels, and I love her stories she used to tell. She's an amazing and beautiful lady. There you have it.
Sweet Diane.
Crystal saying, I deal with a mess of things, and honestly, I have my moments, but more times than not, I try to start my day with gratitude and positivity. I remember there was this story of this guy who started his day trying to name. He was in this movie that I watched. He was in this train. The two young men was in the train, but they didn't pay for a ticket, so they was in an empty truck or coach in the train, and They woke up in the morning and this guy pushed the part of the door open, and he was sort of looked like he was talking to himself. And the other guy asked him, "What are you doing?" He says, "I'm doing what my mama taught me to do every morning, and that is think of 10 things that I am grateful for." So I'm naming them. 10 things I'm grateful for. I thought that was such a sweet lesson for life.
Yeah.
Just to say every morning 10 things that I am grateful for.
You think about it, and we have so many blessings, so many. Just that you woke up, and that we're not living in a third world country. We're not having to forage for food in nasty rat infested.
Don't say you're glad you're not living in a third world country, because I'm living in a third world country.
Yes, your country is, but you're not in that, where you have to go and get
Yes,
your
I
water
don't have to walk miles for water, and I don't have to, yes, the fact that even if we have a car, we have a car. We can drive. We are not too sick to drive ourselves, or even have someone. I was doing that with my neighbor yesterday. I said, just try and think of 10 things that you are grateful for. That you are, yes, you're 84, but you're healthy. You don't need a carer to live in with you to take care of you. You have neighbors that love you. You have a financial income that other people are struggling, but you have a stable financial income. Your house over your head is paid for, etc. We're already on 6, so there we go. So I went to buy him. He was telling me I made him a little hat. Remember, I don't make hats, and I started making him hats. And he was saying to me, and he's pushing it around on his head, and I said, "What's wrong?" He says, "No." I said, "Why don't you take the hair off?" He's got beautiful white hair. He's bald, but he's got the hair that he has is beautifully white. I said, "Why didn't you take it off?" He says, "No, he's got a bad hair day." I said, "So what? It's just me and you." And so I came closer, and I sort of gently took it off his head, because I'm not into making people do things that they don't want to do. So I just gently pulled it off, and I touched his hair, and I said, and he's like, "I mustn't touch his hair." I said, "Why?" He says, "No, no, no." I said, "But why is it?" He said, "It was like it was hard." He says, "No, he washes with soap." I said, "No, but why don't you use shampoo?" So yesterday I bought him a 2-in-1 shampoo, and I said, I went to buy a milk. So I came back and I said, "Oh, and there was this special. If you're 84 and you buy milk, you get the shampoo with it." He said to me, he looked at me and he says, "Surely you're lying." I said, "Absolutely, I'm lying." That was so funny. Julie says, "I tend to love the channels that make everyone feel special and welcome, and not just the members. And believe me, there are lots that don't." Yes, Julie. Yes. Crystal says, "I'm reminded of what I'm grateful for before my feet hit the ground, with my pups and a house in a comfortable temperature." Absolutely.
Yeah.
Crystal, I'm going to tell you, the moments before I get out of bed is the moments that I say, "Lord, before I get out of this bed today, be with me. Don't let go of my hand." I can't even say, "I won't let go of your hand," because that's depending on my strength. I'm saying, "Lord, just don't let go of my hand. Go with me through this day," because every day to me feels like there's more than I can handle, Jeanette says, "Start with thank you, God, for blessing me to see another day." Start there. And you are starting off positive. Woo, people. Raven saying, "I love Linda's channel because I love her accent as well. And her voice is soothing like yours, Ashla. I love to see what she is going to make next." Yes, absolutely. Reggie.
Hi, Reggie.
Whoop, whoop.
Reggie,
good afternoon, ladies. Glad you're back, Linda. Hope you had fun.
Anybody who missed Reggie's live yesterday must go back and get the replay, because we had so many laughs. Oh my, it was a naughty one.
It was a naughty one.
It was a
Absolutely.
naughty anniversary. It was hilarious. And she's got a cow that goes along with it, sort of. So y'all got to get in on that. Y'all would love. You would love it.
My cheeks are still hurting. I'm telling you, says Reggie.
Yeah.
Is it Jai? Jai? Well, I can tell you what. In Afrikaans, that would be Yay, which means you. But is it Jai? I have a home. I'm rich relatively to 90% of the world. I have a car, food, family, friends, yarn, hooks, medical care, clean air, and that's the things just off the top of your head. Ah, that's fantastic. You see, now that's the thing. You just start with things like that, and wow. I mean, there's so much more than 10. I think the idea was just get you started, but 10, yeah. There you go. Yeah. Absolutely. Definitely. Just tell me how to pronounce that. Is it J-Y? Is it Jai? Do I say Jai in English? Or is Jai short for something? For sure. Health. Yarn and hooks, you don't need more. Oh, yes, you do, Miss Reggie. You need Mr. Dennis because who's going to pay for that yarn? That's the thing. And Dennis even watches some of your live streams, so you can't be like us and tell whatever you want to say because 10 to 1, my husband is not listening.
When I'm doing my lives up here, I'm upstairs and when Rick comes upstairs and I'm on my live, he says all he can hear is these little giggles and you and Ursula going at it. He said, you never shut up. I said, well, I can't. It's alive. How can I sit there and just look pretty? And,
absolutely. I mean, you do that too, but if you can get your gab going, great stuff. So Reggie says, don't tell him I need him. It's a secret. It's a best kept secret. It's getting late here in Australia. It's just said Jay. That's great. I'm glad you say that, Jay. So you're so welcome in, and I'm glad you came and spent some time with us. And yes, that's funny. Yes, Red. Oh, Crystal, that is funny with Reggie. Reggie is a naughty one, I'm telling you. With Reggie, you've got to be
us all astray.
She leads us all astray, but I tell you, if Granny D, if I meet Reggie, I said to Reggie, you're going to embarrass the heck out of me if we're in public somewhere, because I can just see Reggie's one of those naughty people who couldn't care less, and I'm embarrassed. I'll be like Jessica, just going blood red, and I get these blotches in my neck.
Wait till you see yesterday's. You'll be clutching your pearls.
Goodness gracious.
But she starts off, she gives you plenty of fair warning if you're easily offended about, the label was something like, the title, something naughty. Yeah, I don't remember what it was, but she gave you plenty of warnings.
Yes.
If you're easily offended, yada yada yada, then this may not be the chat for you. We'll see you next time.
Sensitive viewing coming up. For me, first and foremost, says Raven, I need y'all first, then everything else can come after. Yes, I tell you. And doesn't it say there's a scripture in the Bible that says, blessed are those who know how dependent they are on the Lord. And I say, well, that one alone is actually that I should be blessed. I gave about 10 warnings before I actually started, says Reggie. Oh, yes, Reggie gives plenty of warning for you to run away. Just hit the road, Jack. I popped in to say hello and say thank you for your channel. I also appreciate J Hook Crochet's channel too. Jay, thank you so much. I so appreciate it. And Reggie also appreciates it. Reggie, here you have a viewer that appreciates your channel a lot. So there you go.
And
so
Reggie
fantastic.
has cut her hair. You know, her hair was gorgeous.
Yeah.
Yes.
Anyway, but
Yes, I saw it on Linda's live
now.
the first time. And I thought, what? Reggie's cut her hair. It's like I want to go back to another life to just see that long hair one last time. You know, Reggie, I wonder how long it'll take you to grow that hair back to how long it was.
Probably not
Probably
long.
5 years. Probably 5 years. 12 centimeters per year. Wow. So 4 years, 4 years, 5 years. Wow, that's a long time. Wow. Anyway, today I'm going to be crocheting further on this. I need to finish. I want to say, keep it fun, but I need to finish in a crazy voice.
I want to finish. And I've started another square. I've done 2 so far in your live.
Wow.
I'm on my 3rd one.
It was 3 years since I had my last haircut, so I would say 3 years. Wow, Reggie, 3 years. Well, you know, they say the continents are drifting apart at the speed with which our nails grow. And I said, if Jessica's nails is anything to go by, I'll be an Australian before you know it. So, hey, because here we are at the south end of Africa. And I mean, hi, Ursula. Hello, Debbie. She says, hi, Ursula, Linda, Granny D, and everyone in the chat.
Hey,
So good to
Deb,
see you.
I kept saying hello to you somewhere, and I thought, well, maybe she's on Top Chat and doesn't see me. But I said, hey, Deb. Hey, Deb. Hello, Deb.
Hey, Deb.
Hey, Deb. Hey, Deb.
Hey, Deb.
Yes, no. Sometimes I think I say rather twice, 3 times than miss someone. I don't want someone to think I missed her. She's
Right.
been saying,
And then
I think
sometimes, like y'all say, we say, you know, hello or whatever, and then we go back to whatever it is we're working on, so we don't always see, you know, if somebody greets us.
Yeah, yeah.
Jay says, of course, I have to have a great big God that loves me despite my unworthiness. Oh yeah, who of us is worthy? God, Jesus made us worthy. There we go. Hi, Deb, says Judy. And Linda says, how was the wedding? Says Debbie. Linda, how was the wedding?
It was wonderful. I can show
that picture is beautiful. Granny D, I don't know if you saw, but she was the tiniest one in that picture, and she had heels on. So wow!
I'm not surprised. She's a little tiny girl. She's a petite lady.
She's in the 5 foot club. She's in the 5 foot club.
Hold on,
and she was.
She's another one. I bet she's the prettiest one. Maybe besides the bride.
Yeah, the photo.
Put it close.
Oh, let me just solo you. Then you're gonna see.
Oh yeah.
There you go, and take that. There we go. Oh, that is a gorgeous photograph. Yes. There we go. The picture you posted is beautiful, says Reggie. Oh my goodness, girl! You're just reach his shoulder. You just make it to his shoulder. Wow.
I know. This is nice one of Rick.
Solo. Oh yes. Wow.
So is that your son?
That's my stepson. That's Rick's son.
Oh, okay.
But he's incredibly tall. But that girl must be tall too.
Yeah,
because
she is. Yeah, they're both tall. I was the smallest. I was the smallest there.
Yes, because I can tell you when Rose visited me, she does not reach my shoulder. So I said, I'm not going to hug you because I didn't want to hurt her because it's like crushing her. So she just stood next to me and I think she held onto my arm for the picture because she does not reach my shoulder. So, wow, he looks like him, he said. Oh, yes, he definitely does. It's a great picture, says Raven.
Thank you.
That's a proud mama and dad moment.
Yeah,
Yes,
was.
that is so sweet.
Mm-hmm.
So Dana is probably going live in the Triple C Craft Hour in about 30 minutes. Then I plan to go and watch. I have been missing Joe and Dana a bit, you know, missing attending their lives with my life, you know, being up and down a bit, because it sometimes life, how do you say, get in the way of your YouTube life. But the people around you are important, and you've got to take care of them. So
I totally miss the weekends. I miss Thursday night, and I miss Friday night lives. I miss Thursday night lives, Friday night lives, Saturday night lives. I just missed the not taking part. It was like, because hold on, Linda, Rick is your husband, so that is your son too. He's my stepson. He's Rick's biological child, but he's my stepson because Rick's my second husband. So yeah, so I've really missed my lives. I've really missed. I like going up. I mean, because I'm nosy.
Well, we want to know what's going on, you know. So yeah, but she says what she means is just you just didn't give birth to him, but it's like having another son, because Linda has Raven also. She also has 2 sons. Maybe you already know that, you know. So I always wanted whatever my first child was going to be, I wanted the second to be the same. So if I was going to have a girl, I wanted to have another girl. If I was having a boy, I would have wanted another boy. But I got one of each.
I never wanted girls. I never wanted girls, and I was lucky. I
really?
Got yeah, I never.
And that's all I wanted, and all I got.
Yeah, I never.
Sorry, Granny P.
I wanted girls, and that's what I got.
Wow.
I have 3, 2 biological, and my stepdaughter in the middle.
Yeah.
Yes.
I've got two sons and a stepson.
Yes. Wow, that's a lot of boys. Steps are what we walk what steps are what we walk on?
It's just a saying.
Oh, steps.
Yeah.
Oh, listen, I'm a bit slow there, please. Forgive me. I have 2 sons and 1 girl, says Debbie. Yes, I mean, my aunt I was the firstborn girl after 5 boys, and then another 4 boys, another 3 boys, and here I come. So it's such a pity I can't remember all the attention I got.
Well, on my dad's side, I was the first granddaughter after 3 grandsons, and then on my mum's side, I was the first granddaughter after 3 grandsons.
Wow.
On both
so
sides.
You can imagine they made a fuss.
Yes, they did.
So I have one more question, and that is, after I've told you about my pranks that I pulled, nobody's told their pranks. What?
I never pulled pranks.
What? I did 2 of those pranks. I told 2 of my best pranks. What's the best prank you ever pulled? I told 2. When I got married, my husband and I came in with 1 son and 2 daughters. He had 2 sons and 1 daughter. So we were kind of like the Brady Bunch. Oh, yes. My husband comes from a family where his father was divorced, married again, divorced, married again, divorced, married again. So, yeah, he stopped saying mother to the second one, I think, after that, because he saw there is a little pattern. Anyway, so that is how families go, eh? I asked you, what do you do for fun besides crochet? Because obviously, if you ask what you do for fun, and in a crochet life, people are going to say, I crochet. But besides that, so some said they do painting. What do you call that? Diamond painting. Debbie's sister.
Me.
You read? What do you? I read too. I read. Well, I do read.
Yeah.
Watch movies and read.
Read and movies
26 is
mine.
yes. 26 is my daughter. 22 and 17 is my sons. My oldest made me grandma twice in 1 year. Now 2 grandsons. Twice in 1 year? That's very quick. My 2 were also very quick. There's a year and a month difference between the 2. So very quick.
Son is going to be 40 on Friday.
It feels weird, doesn't it? If your children starts turning ages that you think, wow, if my daughter's that old, how old am I? Or if my son's that old, how old am I? So, yes. What's the biggest personal?
40 next year.
Your oldest.
She'll be 40 next May. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Joanne Haley Kelly. Hello, welcome in. My son was the first boy in his father's family in 40 years. And he turned 33 yesterday. What? Wow. In 40 years. Now that is a record.
Well, my Rick's nephew had a daughter which was the first girl in the Simpson family for 100 years.
Wow. Goodness me. And can I ask what they named her?
Georgia. I can't remember her name. Georgia, her name is. Georgia Florence. I know there's another name, but I can't remember off the top of my head. But I know her first name's Georgia.
Wow. Fantastic. Raven says, I do kumihimu, and I do beadwork and make stitch markers, and I do cross stitch, and I knit just a little and do diamond painting and so much more. What, Raven? You are so busy. I mean, there's a lot of options.
That first word. That
I don't know. Kumihimu? I don't know what that is. Raven, if you could just let us know what that is.
What is that?
I'm just
what is that?
KumiHIMO. Oh, it's a traditional Japanese art form of making braids and cords, literally meaning gathered threads.
Ooh, lovely. Beautiful.
Yeah.
You see, for me,
are made from interlacing reels of yarn, commonly silk, with the use of traditional specialized looms.
Wow. Cool. She says it's Japanese braiding. There you go. Oh, let me see. Solo. Let me see. Oh, wow. Wow.
That's the braid.
I love it.
Yeah.
Yes. Wow.
Okay.
There we have it. She says it's Japanese braiding. Thank you, Raven. Oh, but that's very interesting, hey? I have 4 sisters, 2 brothers. My oldest and me were the only ones that crocheted. I tell you what, I love crochet so much. Yeah. I do a little bit of knitting, but for me, knitting is so much slower than crochet that I really have to carefully think whether I'm up for knitting something if I could crochet it. So for me, I love crochet so much that, yes, it is by far the, yes, I can't think of anything that I enjoy more. I do know how to do embroidery, says Debbie. Wow. Raven says, thank you, Linda. I wanted to ask, what's the biggest? We've got 20 minutes. I wanted to ask this one because I only, you know, when you look up questions for your live stream to ask, there's a lot of questions. I like to ask the ones that I can think of an answer for myself as well.
Yeah.
And this one is, what's the biggest personal change you've ever made or ever have had to make? What is the biggest personal change you've ever made? So Jamie says, I'm still lurking. I just remember why I don't like ironing clothes. I'm so terrible at it. Laugh out loud. That is true. Hey, my husband does everything I do except knit. Raven, I've heard of your exceptional husband, because in a previous live as well, you said what he does, and that was exceptional. I think I need to get back into that, says Debbie. Oh, back into what? What was it that you wanted to get back into? Being a mom. Being a mom? You want to get back being into a mom?
Being
well,
a mom
that's
is
always
what the biggest, your question. I think she's answering your question.
Oh, I think I need to get back into that. And then, being a mom. My question is, what's the biggest personal change you've ever had to make? Okay. So I understood that differently. Because I tell you what, if someone asked me that question, what's the biggest personal change you've ever made?
Sorry, it might not have been their answer. Take no notice of me.
No. I'm thinking, if someone asked me, what's the biggest personal change you've ever made? And I can tell you, it was an inner change, and it was, I was not someone who could deal with conflict at all. So if a fight had to break out close to me, I'd be gone. But my daughter's 4 years in hospital with cancer, in and out, and because it was life-threatening, it forced me to become more assertive. And I cannot say that was enjoyable, but it certainly was the biggest personal change that I've had to make on me, on myself. But now that's right, Linda. I mean, one can interpret the question in more that way than one, eh? Yeah. Jamie, iron is a 4-letter cuss word in my house, says Raven. She's laughing. Embroidery is what I need to get back into. Oh, thank you, Debbie. Yes. Now you see, sometimes, because I've done cross stitch.
Yeah, I have.
But I can do a card, and I absolutely admire these big pictures. But there's no way I can do that big picture. But I would be willing to pay for that big picture if someone did it. Woo, girl! Not only for the eyes, it will be difficult on the eyes. It is I think it's a huge thing. But then some people think crocheting a blanket is a huge thing. So it depends on what we're doing. I agree, Debbie. Being a mom, says Raven. Laugh out loud. Raven, says Jamie. Yes. So for me, what's the biggest personal change you've ever made? Okay, Granny D, if you wanted to tell us, and if Linda wanted to share, is there something that you say? You also say being a mom, or is there something else?
For me, probably when I left my husband, that was scary.
Yeah. You know what I think? I think I agree with you, Granny D, because as I'm thinking about answering now, I think the biggest change for me, one of the things was getting married, because to be married is such a big change to being single, especially if you weren't living together before the time. You were single, living alone. Now you're married, living with someone. Right. And I think at times, because look, I mean, my husband and I also went through times when we had marital counseling, because it's not always been plain sailing. And I also thought the scariest thought would be, okay, so now leave this husband, then I have these 2 children that I have to take care of, and the one is full on autistic. So that is it's always been a scary thing to consider. When the moments in my life when I came to that point where I had to consider it. So yes, let me just quickly see what she says. Raven says, wait, where's Raven? Raven says, I also make angel pins out of wire and butterflies too. Raven, my goodness. I had to go help my son. What was the question? I had a few questions today, Reggie. Let me just quickly see. I have a stand that can hold a magnifying glass to help me with the small stitches, says Debbie. Wow. I'm still going through my change. I'm learning to be more open and have to trust people, but it is difficult to learn to trust people if you've been hurt.
I think
That's
I
really
would
hard.
yeah, I think I would agree with Granny D. Leaving my first husband and then standing on
Yes,
my own 2 feet, and getting back everything that he took away from me, like my confidence, my
yes,
self-esteem, you know,
yes,
that was something I needed to do. And it was hard, but from where I was then to where I am now, you know,
yes.
I feel I'm a better person for it.
Yep.
Yes.
There's a reason for everything.
Yeah, there is.
And we didn't just we went to counseling also. And then basically we were just housemates for 10 years. We were together almost 23 years. But after the girls were grown and gone, Hannah was still in college. And I had been mulling it over for some time, but I was scared. More so about the financial piece than anything.
Yes.
Yeah.
Being able to get by on my own. And when I look back on it, sometimes I think it just for the grace of God, because I don't know how other than that I did manage. But thank
I
goodness.
was raised by a single mom, so I know that it can be very difficult financially. But the thing that made me not divorce at the time, and if I say we've been 4 times, and if I say 4 times, 1 time is 12 sessions. So, and it's not 12 sessions and then 12 sessions. You 12 sessions and then it goes good for so many years, and then it's necessary again, and then it's good for so many years, and then it's necessary again. So, I think the thing for me was I wanted to be very sure that there is no regret. The day I walk away, I must be, I think anybody, that's my advice that I would give to Jessica too. If she would ever marry and consider divorce, I would say, I would advise you to be so sure in your heart that it must come to a point where that man can put anything on that table to say, this is what I offer or bring to the marriage. And you wouldn't be, how do you say?
You would regret
lured
it.
back. Yeah, you would say, listen, whatever you're putting on the table, someone else can have it for free. And you feel okay about it. You mustn't feel, if you feel hatred, whatever you feel, I think that is still emotion.
Yeah.
I think when you get to know emotion, then you're probably more safe. Shall I say safe? Because that means that because they always say love and hate is the 2 sides of one coin. So I think while you're still feeling a lot of emotion, you must get to the point where when you walk away, there's no regrets. That's just my own opinion. My divorce was also a personal change, says Vera. Yes, I tell you. Reggie says, oh, I think mine would be moving to Germany and leaving literally everyone I know and love on another continent. Absolutely. Reggie, that is huge.
Hard to do.
You know, I moved to another province, and the thing that struck me was if I go into a shopping mall, the chances that I would run into someone I know was 0 or less because no one knew me. If I disappear, who's going to look for me? So I phoned my mom once a day, and because that's the only person that was going to start looking for me. My son and daughter are both single mom and dad, says Debbie Reynolds. Oh, I never wanted that for them, says Debbie. I never wanted that for them. They are doing so far so good. Yes, Debbie, it is not easy thing. But personally, I can tell you personally, my dad was very abusive. My mom is a tiny little thing like Linda. And he was 6'4". Now you can imagine. And I mean, he had an alcohol problem, a drug problem, and he was a woman beater. Can put it like that. I don't know what other word to use. So now, if a big man like that hits on a little woman like that, There's no way. So there were years and years that I was at home that I would say to my mom, randomly days that I would say to my mom, I want to thank you for the decision you made to divorce our father, because we never knew him. Once they divorced, he disappeared. So well, disappeared for many years until my brother went to look him up. And yes, I would thank her because my mom is very even keeled. So instead of growing up in a house with a lot of domestic abuse, we grow up in a house that is peaceful, with a mom that loves you, and you feel loved. You never do not feel loved. So yes, she did. I think what many single moms do is a little bit overcompensate because they feel sorry for the poor little children and that they don't have a daddy, and they indulge you a little bit too much. But I think she got the main things right, you know. So, and I mean, they say if you get 50% of it right, your children's going to turn out fine. For all those parents who worry a lot, and I mean, I'm probably one of those parents who used to worry so much. What is going to become of my children? Am I doing a right job? Am I being a good enough parent? But if you do your 50% right, the children are just going to be fine. Hello, Usha, and everyone listening at work, says Helen. Thank you so much for popping in. We are going to be, let me just go over and see where is our sister Dana. This is Monday morning, and I have been at times surprised that they are not there. And then I'm like, what? No, Dana. What are you doing to me?
Sometimes Monday mornings are hard on her, you can tell, but she doesn't go on, you know, they don't go live on the weekends, but I think she attends some others.
Yes. Yeah. Okay, so in 3 minutes, if we could go over and just do a square raid, I so appreciate it. And don't worry about, I mean, those of you who think, you know, you don't want to go there, you don't have to stay. Just go over and click a thumbs up and say square raid and leave if you want to leave. It's always great if people do go over. I think it's magical that one can ask people and they actually oblige. That is so kind. Square raid at Dana's CCC. I'm just typing it in the chat. She's on in, I think it's now less than 2 minutes. Now I can't spell triple. Too many P's, too many L's. What the heck is going on? Triple is going to look like something else. It's 2 minutes, and there we go. Copy and chat. There we go. Oh, and I was there for the most part of Leanne's life, but I could not, you know, I mean, once we left my life, it gets later and later and later, and she had so much fun. I've never seen my little Leanne. So, who was asking her? Whatever you're drinking, keep on, because she was
on the board,
mad, talking, and people, we want 100 thumbs up. And the last time I checked, there was like 102 thumbs up. In Leanne's live on Saturday, my grandson was on with me and said hi, says Debbie. Oh, I saw many of, I saw Spring, the fiber enthusiast, for the first time. I saw Lorna for the first time. There was quite a few that I, for the first time, actually saw them on the panel, you know, so, yeah. But I was so glad for her. That is fantastic.
Oh, anyway. I mean, as you know, I missed it because I was over on the Isle of Man.
Yes. But listen, if you go just watch the first 5 minutes of that replay, it's like, who is this Leanne? What has she done with the other one? It's like someone stole her body.
Isn't she? I mean, when I first met her, she was very quiet and shy, but she seems to be coming out of her shell more now, which is great.
The shell was left behind on Friday night. There was no shell. There was no shell. I was so surprised and proud of her.
Yeah.
That was Friday, says Debbie. Yes, absolutely. Well, Debbie, next time you come up on my live too. I mean, anybody's welcome. That's why it's pinned there, and I so appreciate it. Granny D, I want to tell you, you've made my day today. You've actually made my day today. I I
Well,
feel
thank
really
you.
honored and
You've made mine.
on a Monday. I would have thought on a Friday, but a Monday. There you go. She's made my day and gone. I said it in time. Thank
Yeah.
you so much.
Am I back?
You're
Yeah,
back.
you're back. You're back, Granny D. You're back.
My
We can
alarm
see
went
you.
off for Dana. That's what kicked me off.
Yes. So we're going over to Dana's now to do a rave. Thank you, Raven, for coming. Thank you, everyone in the chat, for coming and
Yeah.
joining
Before
us and
I
having a lovely time.
know,
Sorry,
spending
Linda.
Thanks for
time with my
having
lovely Granny
me.
D.
Love you.
Love
Love
you,
you,
Granny
Linda.
D.
Love you, Ursula. Love you all.
Thank you so much. I
Bye,
so
Granny
appreciate
D.
it. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
And I'm going to press that end broadcast. Thank you, Linda. It was so good to see you. I missed you.
It's lovely to be back, and I'm sorry I missed you Friday. Well, I didn't miss you Friday. I popped in and that, but
Yes, you did pop in.
Yeah.
Yes, and Granny stayed awake for the whole live. Raven, I am touched. She made my day today. That was fantastic.
I know.
And both Asha and Linda always make my day. Thank you, Debbie. And you guys have an absolute fantastic week further. And I will be going over to Dana's. And while I'm lurking and crocheting there, watching what she's up to.
I will see you all on my live on Wednesday.
Oh, yes. We can't miss that.
And I have a fabulous, fabulous day, Ursula. And get on with that blanket and get your temperature blanket done as well.
There's a lot to do. Thank you. And bye-bye, everybody. And bye-bye, Linda. And there you go. I love you. Be safe. Goodbye. Bye-bye, Helen. I'm pressing end broadcast.